Live from the studios of KYMB Television in Monterey, California, it's Monterey on Tonight with Gary and Jules. 4 hours of your favorite classic music videos from yesterday and today, telephone and in-studio guests, and a few surprises along the way. And now, here are your hosts, Gary and Jules.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's Monterey on Tonight, 4 hours of classic music videos, in-studio guests. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules.
And we're going to be with you all the way up until midnight tonight with some exciting guests coming by.
We're here every Saturday night, 4 hours, live TV.
Yep.
Right here, right now.
Right. And you said earlier tonight that maybe someone might be tuning in for the very first time and they don't know what this is all about.
Well, we generally will be airing movies from the MGM movie network called This TV.
Right.
And they have over 4,000 movies from their library of MGM studios, as well as Canon, Polygram, and Orion.
And that group of movies is here all during the week, overnights, except for Saturday nights when we come on the air at 8 p.m. and we're here till midnight. And then Coastal Television Network follows us at midnight. And usually our good friend Gary Hamada is the first show after midnight. And he's been doing for locals only for a long, long time.
Yep, he sure has. And we've got some special guests here tonight. Our opening guest is going to be David Bernal of the Pebble Beach Food and Wine.
Right.
2010. And we also have some special guests that I see just walked in right now.
And we're going to be ordering our pizza from Me and Ed's because every week our first hour is brought to you by Me and Ed's at the corner of Broadway and Fremont here in Monterey.
Right, absolutely. But before we go in, I'm so excited to be able to share with our viewers what we did last night.
Okay, go right ahead.
We went to, Dave's not quite there, so I'll go ahead and use this camera here. Oh, here he is. Thanks, Dave. Dave's our engineer here. This was in yesterday's paper, the Monterey Herald, Dina's Boys. And they had a concert.
We went over last night to the Mission Ranch.
Mission Ranch, 8 p.m. Phenomenal. I mean, I heard they were good, but you really, really appreciate it when we actually got in for the sound check earlier.
Right, we did. We were lucky. And they were lined up around the block.
Around the block, cars were up and down Mission Ranch. And as a matter of fact, there was such a demand for the performance that they added a second show.
They did.
So there was a 9 p.m. show. And
so too many people showed up?
Yeah, and you know what I noticed during the first show is I was looking out the window of the Mission Ranch barn, and there were people standing outside watching the show through the windows.
That's how entertained they wanted to be.
But these boys, actually they're young men. They're not boys, they're young men.
Well, it says Dina's boys, but they're young men and from South Africa.
Absolutely, and she's road manager and mom to those boys, and she does such an excellent job in singing after them, and you could tell they really love her dearly. It was so sweet. And then her brother Dominique Ruiz was there.
Exactly.
And he really has a good handle on everything going on.
And they're going on the road.
They are. As a matter of fact, the article mentions that they are going to tour with Corinne Bailey Rae. So we'll have to check that out.
4 cities.
4 cities.
4 cities.
And I believe they're going to be up north, so we'll have to
go
California,
up there. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll have to go up to
Well, if you haven't caught the group, Overtone, it's a fantastic group. It's worth the drive from here. We were lucky. We got to see them right here in Carmel on the Monterey Peninsula. But if it's a short drive and they're appearing up north or down south, you should definitely make the drive.
And then also get their CD. I mean, really, Amazon.
Yes.
I believe it's Amazon. They had some, there at Mission Ranch, available. But it was just a dynamite evening.
You can't say in your local record store because there's no more local record stores.
I know. Everything's online now, isn't it true? I didn't realize.
Maybe you can find it at Walgreens
or
Walmart or Best Buy.
But I think people, for the most part, order online now. Anyway.
Well, let's get started with our music tonight. This is one that I got the pleasure of picking out.
Gary always picks the first show.
Yep.
Always.
The first video of the show. These are classic music videos from the 80s. That's what we feature here every Saturday night from Cool Music. And Our first video tonight is Men at Work. Do you all remember going all the way back to the 80s? Men at Work.
1981.
1981. And this is one called Who Can It Be Now? Let's roll that
And when we come back, we're going to have our pizza.
1981 music
go to our
video
pizza.
right now. And that was Men at Work. And hello, everyone.
Hello, I brought the girls today.
You did. Gwen is here for me and Ed's with our pizza. Look at that. And what did you bring us tonight, Gwen?
It's half combination and half classic veggie.
Half, now what is it?
Half combination, classic combination, and
Okay.
then half our classic veggie. We also have another vegetarian pizza, but this is the...
Tilt
these
it
are
up just a little
these
bit
are
so
Akram's
Dave can
daughters.
get a good shot of that.
Here you go.
And the two girls that you brought with you tonight are Akram's girls. Akram, can you hear us? Hello, Akram.
Yes.
Can you turn that up just a little bit right there? Akram.
Yes, sir. I'm here. How are you
there
tonight?
you are. There you are. We have your girls here tonight.
Oh yes, I'm blessed. Yes, I'm blessed.
Is
Thank
that
God.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Nadine.
Akram, Akram is the franchise owner of Me and Ed's Pizza right here in Monterey, our sponsor for the first hour every Saturday night. Thank you, Akram, for that. How things going
No
down there
problem.
tonight?
We're doing beautiful. It's been a very successful night. Lunch was so absolutely great today. We had a lot of people today showed up for buffet, and we still have that beautiful special that's still going, the $10 pizza.
Oh my goodness, still going. How much longer are you going to be going with that
You
thing?
know, it has been just a beautiful deal, and a lot of people like it. So we're gonna keep it as long as you know. It's working.
$10.
People love it. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's 3 toppings, correct?
3-topping large pizza. You can call it in, and you can walk in, get it, or you can get it on delivery, and we deliver for free. Just give us a call. It's 831-899-0101, and we'll be here to help you and make it a beautiful dinner for you. And we have a beautiful, great pizzas. And just give us a call. We'll come by and enjoy the music and the TVs and the atmosphere. We have a beautiful family deal here, so come on down.
And we wish everyone could smell the pizza,
I
Akram.
can smell it right here, and the box is closed.
The box is closed, Akram, and we can smell it. It smells so good. We can't wait to take a bite of the Me and Ed's pizza. Thank you so much, and you have a beautiful family,
Yeah,
Akram.
you too. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You can send the
Appreciate
girls
that.
down here anytime with Gwen.
And pizza.
And pizza, and pizza. But when the girls come, the pizza has to come.
Absolutely, we'll do
They can
that.
help
We'll
us
do
eat
that.
it, huh?
Anyway, folks, call Akram right now, 899-0101. Order your pizza, $10. You can't beat that. 3 toppings. Tell Akram you saw us tonight and the girls on Monterey on Tonight. We're here every Saturday night, and Akram is the sponsor of our first hour, and we thank him so much for that. Akram, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take care of
Akram.
yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, what's
You
next?
want to say bye-bye?
Bye.
Good girl. Now, is your sister, does she talk too? No.
No, that's okay.
That's okay. Maybe next time you come on, sweeter, you'll talk, okay?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so now our next video that Juliana has lined up for us tonight
Where is it?
is We Built This City.
Yep.
Isn't that the
Jefferson Starship.
Jefferson Starship?
1985.
1985. And you didn't do very much talking.
No, I did, but you know what? The lyrics were written by a fellow who did a lot of writing for Elton John. Can you hear
Okay.
me? Can they hear me?
Well,
The
you're
microphone?
not talking into the microphone.
Okay, let me get to the microphone. You
Yeah.
can hear Dave's all. Yay, we can hear you.
Dave's got it wired in.
So
okay.
the fellow who wrote the lyrics, his name is Bernie Taupin, and
Yeah.
he collaborated a lot with Elton John.
Well, he sure did.
Yeah. So anyway, enjoy the music, and we're gonna go have some pizza.
We
Come
are
on,
going
girls.
to enjoy the pizza.
Bye-bye.
Oh, we built this city on rock and roll from 1981.
That was a fun song.
That was a great song. I like that.
I did too. Me too.
And we have a surprise
A
guest.
complete surprise.
Yes.
This was one of those surprises that you just love.
Yes, we love because look at right here. That is what she brought us. And Barbara is with Ventana
Yes.
Vineyards. And what did you bring us tonight? What is that bottle that
This
is
is our-
so gorgeous? And it says award winning.
This is Tempranillo. We were the first vineyard to plant Tempranillo here in Monterey County.
Did you guys get a chance to try it, or
I
is that
did.
what's in your coffee cup there?
Oh no, I have water in my coffee cup, but
No, I
but
did.
I'm
I
going to
tried
have
this.
some of that when we put the next video on. That's Juliana's glass.
Oh, okay. Well, I know we've shared some wine together. So
Long lunches, right?
this is the great grape of Spain. We're so proud of it. It's won so many awards. It's a very food-friendly wine, and it's just something everybody
Dave,
really
take a
likes.
shot of that label because this is such a beautiful label too. And this is, Juliana has a great idea. She wants to feature the labels in the commercials because when you go into the supermarkets, if in fact you
Or a
see
restaurant.
or a restaurant and you see the label, it reminds you of that great wine that you want to buy and taste. And your label is such a great label too.
Thank you. Thank you. We're actually transitioning from this label to a new label.
You are.
Yep. So
Okay.
maybe the next time I'm here, I
Next
can bring
time
the new
you
label.
have to
That's great.
you have to bring the new one so we make sure that we can get that.
You didn't go with me when I went to the tasting room,
No.
Ventana tasting room. It's at Tarpey's above.
Out on
and-
Highway 68.
Highway 68. And they have a wall with all of these ribbons. It's so impressive, and we're gonna go get video of it
Oh,
so we can
great.
share it with our viewers on Coastal TV and Comcast Channel 19 here. So
Wonderful.
the wine absolutely is so well deserving of all those ribbons.
We served your wine at our launch party, and everyone absolutely loved it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, they
They drank
absolutely
it all
did.
up.
They did.
I know it kind of ran out.
Yeah, we did. But they loved the wine, and no, I'm going to have to come and take a tour of the wine tasting
And
room
just
as well.
for our viewers, the bottle is. Let me look how the distance right here, and I can smell. I could
Oh,
the
yeah,
aroma is
aroma
coming off
is
of.
wonderful.
It really
Wonderful.
is.
Well, thank you for stopping by
Well,
tonight.
thank you so much, and thanks for enjoying the wines.
Oh,
We're the
yes.
most award-winning vineyard in America. So
You are.
all of
You
the-
are. Thank you so
So if
much for
when our viewers want to come to your tasting room,
It's complimentary tasting. They just show up. We're open 7 days a week from 11 to 5.
and it's
So just-
upstairs, right?
Upstairs
upstairs,
from Tarpey's.
above
Upstairs.
Tarpey's on
Yep.
Highway 68, right there at Del Rey Oaks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Well, make a note of that,
Thank you.
folks, and stop on by because it is fantastic.
and this is going to
wine.
go great with the award-winning pizza.
Yes, we're gonna have
Oh yeah, this is a great pizza wine.
we're gonna have a pizza
Fabulous.
party and a little wine tasting right during the next.
So come
video.
back because this is live TV, and
Right.
it actually it'll
We'll
probably
be a little tipsy.
No, we won't.
Anyway, okay, what have you got for us next?
That
I
would
can't
be
see that.
Come Dancing.
Come Dancing by the
From-
British rock group The Kinks, released as a single in the year 1983, and this was included in their album State of Confusion.
And it's
So-
a nostalgia look at, back at the childhood of the writer, remembering his older sister going to dates and going dancing.
Oh,
This is
okay.
actually a really fun song. I think
It
you'll
is.
recognize it.
Okay,
from the 80s.
from 1983 or 82, Come Dancing, here's The Kinks
Thanks,
on Monterey
Barbara,
on Tonight.
for
Thanks,
coming.
Barbara. And we are back, and we're back with David Bernal, who's the co-founder of Pebble Beach Food and Wine. You just saw the great commercial. That was a great commercial. that,
Thank you very much. Well, we had a good time shooting it, and it was all it was all footage from last year's event, actually.
Okay.
So, unbelievably, when you start putting these commercials together, you think it's like, oh God, that was great. It's only 30 seconds, but you have to think you have 4 cameras going for 4 days, and we have to like watch. So it's like watching 16 days of footage
And
to put
put
one.
it all
Oh
together
my
in
God, it's
30
crazy, but it was a
seconds.
good time because you can't be in all 8 locations at once. So it allowed me to see all the different events that were going on. That we throw these parties, we don't always get to see them. So it was a good time.
Well, it's an honor to have you here tonight.
Thank you very
David.
much.
Tell,
Thank you.
Tell the viewers who may not, maybe they're living in,
Siberia.
Siberia, whoa.
But tell the viewers out
Hopefully
there,
they're drinking bourbon.
what is Pebble Beach Food and Wine?
So Pebble Beach Food and Wine is an event that we started after the Masters of Food and Wine went away. It was a 21-year-old event that was, Julia Childs, all these phenomenal chefs came to. And it was at the Park Hyatt Highlands in Carmel.
Right.
And unfortunately, when that property changed to a timeshare property, they couldn't keep this like really luxurious marketing event there anymore. So they moved it to the Park Hyatt Mendoza. Just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road from Monterey. So Rob Weekly, my business partner, and I decided at that point we looked at the national spectrum of events, and we went, you know, God, you got Aspen Food and Wine Classic and the South Beach Wine and Food is the two most recognized food and wine events in the country. And here we are in the Salad Bowl of the United States. Monterey County is one of the largest grape growing regions in the United States. And we've got Napa to the north, Santa Barbara to the south, and we're right in between two culinary hotspots, San Francisco and LA. And California didn't have a food and wine event that was talked about nationally. So we threw it all at the wall and said, let's do this event. And then we said, well, what are we going to do it? And here we are. We're in the backyard of Pebble Beach. We've got the Pacific Ocean, we've got the mountains and the forest, and we were like, hey, we're right smack dab in the middle. Let's do this. And so we took Masters of Food and Wine, which is about 600 attendees, and grew it to 4,000 attendees in the first year. Wow. So that's how Pebble Beach Food and Wine got started. And you know, we had some great support along the way. Thomas Keller, you know, one of the obviously the most renowned chefs in the world, he's on our advisory board. So we've had some good help. So we had year one, we had over 200 wineries and 40 celebrity chefs. So that's how it got started.
So how many celebrity chefs for this year?
70. I don't even know where we put them anymore. We need more hotels. So we've got 70 celebrity chefs this year, over 250 wineries, and it's 5 days of crazy, almost 60 events in 5 days we put on. Think about it. And each of those major productions, like just one of these events is we're doing a big tribute to the legendary Jacques Pepin. If any of you watched Jacques Pepin, me growing up, others not growing up, but you know, watching this guy, he's like a legend, a French chef that used to talk about cooking, and he worked with Julia Childs all the time, you know, spank the chicken, the whole thing.
Oh,
and so Jacques is coming. We're doing an unbelievable tribute dinner to him. We actually created a movie about his life that we're playing that night at the dinner, Saturday night at the Beach and Tennis Club, highlighting, you know, his childhood all the way till now, and all of the other celebrity chefs like Bobby Flay and Tyler Florence and Michael Chiarello and Thomas Keller that he's influenced through his years. Wow. So it's going to be a real special night, and that's just one of the 60. So it's really neat, Pebble Beach Food and Wine, throughout the whole weekend, all the stuff that's going on.
Pebble Beach Food and Wine, but is there any golf?
Absolutely. I mean, how could you not be at Pebble Beach and have golf? So what we did is on Thursday we do a shotgun golf tournament. It's we take over the whole course for the day. We start out with Krug and lobster breakfast sandwiches, and we basically do a shotgun tournament. And you've got Thomas Keller, and you got Michael Simon, and you got Iron Chef Morimoto, and you got all these great chefs that play. And trust me, most of them are horrible golfers. I hope they didn't see this on camera, but most of them are horrible golfers. We have to take extra insurance out of Charles Schwab's house, but it's great because, you know, it's a blast. We have different, you know, food and wine stations on different holes that are serious food and wine stations. Not, you know, like, hey, here's your hot dog. It's kind of like, oh, here's your foie gras burger, and so it's totally a blast, and it's, you know, they have a great time, and so do we. So,
well, you know, one of the things with an event like this, in the name Pebble Beach Food and Wine, is there anything besides food and wine?
Yeah, there's spirits.
That you added.
Yeah, absolutely. That's spirits.
Isn't that new for this year?
Yeah, we added an interactive mixology seminar. Alexis is putting it on, and it's going to be a blast. We've got unbelievable mixologists coming in from all over the country, and we're going to be playing with Belvedere vodka and Patron spirits and all these things. It's going to be, some of the cocktails are getting paired with caviar. I mean, it's like such a blast because if you know, so many people are starting to get a little more sophisticated at home. They're not just making, you know, the 7 and 7 on the rocks kind of thing. Now it's like people are sitting there and they're muddling their lime and they're putting their simple syrup in the deal, and they're having parties where they're making really sophisticated cocktails. And so it's much like wine and food has progressed. People have gotten more into their spirits, more into the quality ingredients that they're putting into, you know, every drink or anything that they enjoy. And so this is a great opportunity to see mixologists that are, you know, working for the best spirits companies in the world teach you how to do some of these things and do them perfect. And how to pair them with food.
And you were able to get national sponsors like American Express and Lexus. How did you go about doing that?
Well, you call them up and you tell them what you got going on, and you hope they like what you say. And it's amazing. Yeah, you get on an airplane. Funny story. I mean, I remember when we, you know, it's a long story, not enough for the show, but let me cut to the chase. We were actually going to do this whole different project because, again, we weren't sure what was going to happen with the Masters of Food and Wine at the time. And we weren't sure if they're going to transfer do something else in town. So we were we were right in the middle of doing a venture funding for a dry cleaning company. Does that sound sexy? So my partner Rob and I were actually in the middle of Vegas, in between, you know, like hangars and solvent, when we got a call that the Masters of Food and Wine is moving to Argentina. And so it was on that moment in June in steamy Las Vegas that we flew on a plane to the Aspen Food and Wine Classic to meet our friends at American Express Publishing. And it's so funny because, you know, obviously the worst time to go and try to meet somebody is when they're throwing an event. So of course, call. Nobody had time to meet with us. Well, anyways, it's a funny story because they ended up becoming our presenting sponsor, and they're some of our best friends in the world now, and they bring so much to the table. Lexus too. I mean, if I've never worked with the companies before that are so dedicated not just to their brand, but to the other brands that they work with, so that they're constantly working on making your product better. And when those synergies come to be
together
in such a fantastic way, great things happen. I think that's one of the reasons we've been so successful in just 3 years.
Great. David, tell us about the tickets.
So we've kind of got it. Anything you want. Like, we start off at $100 tickets. You can get wine tastings or cooking demos for $100, and our a la carte tickets go all the way up. So when we started Pebble Beach Food Wine, we wanted something for everybody. So if you're just starting out in food wine and you're like, I don't know how to pronounce these crazy French wines, or I don't know who Daniel Balut and Thomas Keller are, that's cool because we've got some phenomenal things for you to do. So you can do wine tastings, cooking demonstrations, like lunches, all sorts of things. But then we also have some very serious products. So if you're a collector and you want to drink 1929 Petrus, we do dinners and some tastings like that as well. So when we really wanted, so that no matter what your financial situation was, or no matter where you were in terms of education of wine and food, we wanted there to be something that you're going to have a great time at.
So
We're going to be at the Thursday
event.
Opening night reception, which is great. It's our kickoff party. We're working on getting the governor there actually this year, which should be really neat. I know he's a busy guy. If we can get him, it's going to be amazing. But again, it's we position this as California's food and wine event. It's not just about Monterey County. It's not just about Pebble Beach. It's about California, because we've never had something this large that has competed, with the Aspens and the South Beach of the world. So, we're working on getting them here. But that's a great function. For $225, you get. We take over the entire Inn at Spanish Bay. We take out all the furniture. All the restaurants closed down. We take out Roy's. We take out Pepperle's. We move the furniture out of the lobby. And we have 20 celebrity chefs and 125 wineries. So, you walk around and then you see Jacques Pepin's putting caviar on your toast and handing it to you.
Oh,
I mean, you can't see that anywhere else in the country.
Absolutely
And so
not.
here, we really work on the chefs that come, all 70 chefs, they actually cook. And that's a big differentiator for food and wine events is that we all go to a lot of food and wine events where you get to see them, or there's cookbook signings going on. Well, it's absolutely a standard for us at Pebble Beach Food and Wine that if a chef's coming, you get a chance to taste their food.
Well,
so
we're so lucky to have you here doing this event. Good luck for the 2010 event, and tell everyone right now, if they're out there, how they can go about getting tickets from the website.
Go to the website tonight if you're watching, if anybody's out there awake. www.pebblebeachfoodandwine.com, because literally we are sold out at almost all events. And if you get a chance, go on now, see if there's something that you like. Drive down if you're in San Francisco, Fresno, Bakersfield, Sacramento. Come down for the day. Check out the Grand Tasting Tent. I think we might only have Sunday tickets left, but opening night reception, we got a few tickets left. Check it out, because again, if you like food and wine at all, there is something that you are going to absolutely love and freak out over. So I hope that all of you guys come and see us at some point in the future.
Absolutely.
We have a good time doing it. So
thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks for having me. Are you kidding?
Great
Absolutely.
job.
Yeah,
Great
we'd love
job.
to have you back and hear more about
Absolutely.
your
When it's
How
all
could I
over.
turn it down? They've got wine in the studio. How could I go anywhere?
All right, we're going to get back to the music right now. Thanks, David. And
he's going to stick around.
Oh, good.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
gonna
look.
stay?
Hey, look. I know what's
Because
in these
he's
glasses.
up to a lot of projects.
You know what? Let's talk about that when we come back.
All right.
We'll play a little bit of music
You got
right
it.
now, and then that's we'll come back. Van Halen and Jump from 1984. You're watching Monterey on Tonight. We're here every Saturday night between 8 and midnight, live TV on Comcast Channel 19. Our guest tonight is David Bernal, and if you just happened to tune in, you missed the whole story on what's coming up on the 8th of April through the 11th, right?
That's
8th through
right.
The 11th,
Pebble Beach
David.
Food and Wine.
Pebble Beach Food and Wine. But this guy is a local who also has a business over in Carmel called Pacific Tweed, right?
That's right. That's
And
right.
he's also doing a couple of things, a couple of new ventures, one on Cannery Row and one downtown Monterey. Why don't you tell us about the new restaurants, Dave?
I must have been dropped in my head when I was a child. My business partner too. I mean, you think about it. I open a retail clothing store and then 2 restaurants. There's something absolutely wrong with us. But we do stuff that we love. And I tell you, we're doing Pebble Beach Food and Wine and another event called Harvest Farm to Table, which is a lifestyle event where we bring all the farmers together with wineries and chefs and
Amazing.
all these things that are food based. We said, God, wouldn't it be fun to sort of put
Be
some
in-
of this energy we've got for this culinary passion that we have and put it into a restaurant.
Sure.
Makes
And
sense.
so instead of just one restaurant, we decided we had enough passion to do 2 restaurants.
Good
so
for you.
we've got they're unbelievably special products, you guys. The first one we started was actually the historic Stokes Adobe. This building is built in 1833, which is actually going to be the name of the restaurant. It's going to be called 1833. This has gone through so many different phenomenal stories. Jim Stokes, when he got off the boat, passed himself off as a physician and took care of Governor Figueroa, who was the governor of the state of California at the time when Monterey was the state capital.
Yep.
And because he was a fake doctor, the governor died in his care.
Oh
So this
my
is the start of the series of stories that are like unbelievable. Do you know it had like one of the first newspaper presses in California was in that
In the
building.
building.
The first kiln that did pottery and bread was in this building. So what we're going to do with this restaurant concept is showcase all these phenomenal
Wonderful.
stories that have happened at this property throughout the years. And we're the first owners since the mid 1800s.
What kind
Wow.
of menu do you expect
Well,
to have
it's going to,
there?
again, because because the concept's 1833 and it's telling the history of this building, we're going to be weaving in all the different culinary, cuisine, and concepts that have, food concepts that have been in and around Monterey counties from there. So it's French influence, it's Spanish influence, Italian influence. So, it gives us a lot of opportunity to do kind of whatever we want, but we're really looking at utilizing, sourcing local products, Big Sur beef, and we're in the Salad Bowl of the United States. We've got phenomenal produce right here in our backyard.
Absolutely.
So not taking advantage of those things is ridiculous. So what we want to do is everything you have and enjoy in our restaurant was either a rarity, something that was brought in on a ship that was very special and was able to be packed, or it was something that you could get by getting on your horse and wagon and going so far to bring it back to eat it. So there's a premise and a principle behind which we're doing everything on the menu.
So when do you expect to open 1833?
We're open June 1st. June 1st. And right around that time, we got another restaurant concept. We took over a beautiful building in downtown
Cannery
in Monterey,
Row.
Cannery
Know
Row.
exactly
it's
where
the
it
old
is.
Booth Warehouse. It's 18,000 square feet, big enough for 18 restaurants. It's 18,000 square feet, and we're putting in Cannery Row Brewing Company. So we're really excited about this. We are going to have more beer on tap than any other restaurant in Northern California. We're going to have 70
Great.
beers on tap.
That's
A
great.
big, beautiful, visible keg room right behind the bar that you can look in
Wow.
to see all the kegs. And then we've got a huge bottle program too. So there'll be over 100 individual beer selections at Cannery Row Brewing Company. All homemade burgers. We're doing our own bun program. So it's a place where you can get it's a big burger menu. We're going to do other stuff. We're going to do ribs and chops and roast chicken and some other. It's great salads. We're going to have a full bar too. But the premise of the restaurant is casual food, family friendly, something you can come to more than once a week.
But great food.
But great food. So
Great
like
food.
not just a burger where you're getting the frozen patties, frozen French fries. We got hand cut French fries. I mean everything is going to get crafted with
Terrific.
sort of the product in mind. So it's going to be a place to get a burger and a beer like no other.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, we're
We'll-
excited.
we'll be there.
Like I
We'll
need
be
any
there.
more places to get a burger, a beer, a glass of wine,
As-
or anything. They had to give me the wide share here tonight. I can hardly fit in the
No,
camera.
that's the
I gotta like move in.
That's the
Yeah.
comfy
I don't need another place to eat. Look, they put wine in front of me too.
As long as the mugs are frosted, we'll be there.
That's
Juliana
right,
wants
That's
yeah,
always what I
absolutely.
check is
Good.
mug,
She
frosty
wants it in a
mugs.
frosted
Yeah.
mug. Well, thank you again.
Thanks
my,
for letting me.
My best wishes to you. The best of luck with all the new ventures.
Thank you very much.
We want to have you back on again.
I appreciate it.
When,
Anytime you guys want to have me.
In fact, we'll come down with a camera and shoot the openings and
Great.
bring them back and run a little on the air.
Fantastic. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Sarah.
having
Thank
me.
you
Cheers.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, back to the music. I don't know what it is,
Cheers.
but
Let's play it next.
Wouldn't it be good?
These are great
wouldn't
throwbacks.
it be good? Here it is, Monterey on Tonight. We are back, Monterey on Tonight. We're live here on Comcast Channel 19
Having fun.
every Saturday night from 9 to midnight. The last hour was brought to you by Me and Ed's Pizza at the corner of Broadway and Fremont. Thank you, Akram. And the next hour is brought to you by Ola over in the Barnyard in Carmel,
Upstairs.
upstairs. And
We've got some great specials that we're going to share
you
about
have
Ola.
to you have to tell the folks
I
about
will.
those great specials.
I will. I'll be
You'll
bringing
be
them out.
you'll be talking about it. All
I
right.
will.
Hey, the music that we just had, there were 3 back to back. A little bit more music there for 'em. The Cure was the last video. That was Friday I'm in Love, and then Human League before that with Human, and we kicked it off with Nick Kershaw. And wouldn't it be good? And you said turn the sound up.
I sure did.
I like that
Well,
song.
one of the things about the song Human, which I thought was interesting that I learned, is that the fellow who produced the song also produced music for Janet Jackson.
Oh, really?
And do you remember?
What was his name?
His name, it's right here. It's James, Jimmy Jam Harris, and Terry Stephen Lewis.
Uh-huh.
And they are a team that have wrote for Janet or produced for Janet Jackson. And also, do you remember the time? Morris Day.
Morris Day.
Morris Day and the Time. Remember that
Yes,
group?
yes.
So he also produced for them,
Uh-huh.
and then also for Prince.
Didn't I just
So-
see Janet Jackson on Oprah?
Yeah, she sure was.
Yeah, she was on yesterday,
She
as
was.
a matter of fact.
You recorded
I
it.
TiVo'd it. Yeah.
You
And I
live
got-
on TiVo. I don't know
well,
sometimes if Gary likes TiVo more for the beep 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 beep.
No, it's
beep, beep, beep,
It's the
or
TiVo.
to actually
it's
record.
the TiVo that
Because
gives me
sometimes I hear all of these little.
gives me the ability to watch television when I want to watch it. I hope you folks out there have DVRs from Comcast and that you're recording our show tonight and you can play it back during the week and listen to all the great music. And if you don't want to hear us, just fast forward right through it. That's what I do
or
with the
fast forward the
commercials.
songs and then hear us.
Right, whatever.
Whatever. So we
Okay,
have
so-
we've had some special guests here tonight. We have some more coming up.
We
We've got
really do. Tonight's a really great guest night here on Monterey on Tonight. If you just happen to tune in for the very first time, we do this every Saturday night. We have guests. We have music videos. We bring on pizzas. We make phone
and
calls
tonight
to
we had
Akron.
wine.
Tonight we had wine. We actually that was a surprise guest.
Ventana, absolutely.
With
Yeah, Barbara.
Ventana,
Plouffe.
with Barbara being in our studio and bringing some great wine over from the Ventana Vineyards. I have to get over there on Highway 68 at the tasting room and check it out.
You'll like it.
You've
I've
already been there.
Twice.
Twice.
It was for
Oh.
business. It was all business.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to play another song, and then we're going to have our next guest
Karen
on.
Larson from Monterey Sports Center.
Right. So let's go. This is the Pet Shop Boys, and this is a good one from what year?
This is
1985.
well, no, it was released in '84.
Okay.
And then it was re-released.
Oh, it
So
was.
yeah, they did something to it and then they re-released it. But it's an interesting song because the fellow who wrote it was watching a gangster movie.
Oh wow.
And so it has some inspiration about just, you know, the stress of living in a city and some of the things that go on with the city. So it inspired the lyrics to it. But anyway, you'll recognize it. It's from the 80s. It was played on MTV a lot. I actually had, you know, I can't say DVD or CD because they weren't in existence. I had the little mini cassette tape.
Yeah,
Do you
the
remember
cassettes.
those?
Yeah, and that was
Pet Shop Boys.
Pet Shop Boy, and you had it on little.
The little cassette. I think I
cassette
still
tape.
have it.
Do you?
I have it. I have
Well,
like
let's
a
dig
box
it out.
of all my
All your
cassettes and
cassette tapes. But that was before CDs.
Yes, it was.
Okay,
And
here's-
after 8-track.
And after 8-track. Well, 8-track, that's way, way back. That's like between 45
But I remember
records.
it, 'cause my aunt had 'em.
Good for you.
I think you have some.
I go all the way back to 45s and 33 and a thirds and even 78s. Okay. Anyway, let's go with Pet Shop Boys.
And while we're at the
And we are back, and that's a great video. Everybody was dancing around here in the studio. Long time since I've heard that one.
We've got the music loud tonight, don't we?
We do, actually, and you know, everybody's kind of rocking. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Karen Larson from the Monterey Sports Center is our guest, and she's here tonight with a special gift for our studio audience and our folks out there in television land. And you know, each week we always ask the folks that are watching our show to send us an email, and we enter those emails, put your name in that little glass hopper there.
Actually, and they just have to go to our website,
Yeah.
kymbtv.com.
And Dave will
and-
put that up on the screen
Yes,
here
he
pretty
will.
quick. So,
And then there's a feedback form
uh-huh.
so that people can just type in their name and if they have any comments or requests, and they'll get entered into the drawing. Automatic. There it is. There's
Yeah.
our.
And
Okay.
the Monterey Sports Center is in downtown Monterey. Karen, tell us all about the Monterey Sports Center. How
Oh,
long have you
goodness.
been there?
I've been at the Monterey Sports Center for about 12 years.
And your title there is what?
I am the operations manager.
Oh, so you know everything there is to know about the Monterey Sports Center. If
I
you're
try.
operation.
I
Yeah, you
try.
do. And so, what did you bring for us to give away tonight at the
We
end of the
brought
show?
4 drop-in passes so that people can come in and give it a
4.
try.
Did you hear that? 4, folks. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 tonight. Normally, we only give away
Two.
no,
Two stuff.
no single stuff, like a $25 gift certificate
Oh, that's
to
true. That's
to
true.
Alberto's,
True.
or a free pizza.
That's true.
But tonight we're giving 4 away.
David's
Right?
laughing. Can everyone hear David cracking? You're cracking, David.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting. Anyway, see, now that really that's great for the viewers because it makes the odds so much better.
And if it's a family too, or
That's right.
you know,
Then
you can
everybody
bring-
gets a pass to go down to the sports center. It's a beautiful, beautiful establishment
We
there.
took a tour.
We did.
We're now members.
We are, and
right.
it's a great and it's owned by the city, as I
That's
understand.
correct. Yeah, it's owned by the city and it's run by the Recreation and Community Services Department.
And that's rare for most cities because most cities aren't lucky enough to have a sports center like that.
Right?
That's
It's becoming more popular, but definitely in this area it's very rare.
How long have you been there now?
12 years.
Oh goodness!
Mm-hmm.
And how long has the sports center been there?
It opened in June of 1992.
Okay, so let's see. We do our math real quick.
17,
Almost 20 years. In a
18
couple of years, it'll be 20 years.
That's right. That's right.
I work backwards. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to count
You know,
that way.
Let's get the mic. One of the things that I really liked about the sports center is when I walked in, because I've driven by it. I mean, for how long were we here? 2-3 years,
Absolutely.
and I hadn't gone in. So we made the appointment and went in, and Jeff Fiera gave us a tour. It was spotless.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
I
have
recall
never
that.
been in a facility, any type of a workout or physical activity facility that was spotless. The air was so fresh. The equipment is new, and you've even got more new equipment
More new
coming.
equipment just recently came in.
And
yes,
even the
yeah.
finishing touches in the women's restroom, you know, with the tiled, all of the detail that goes into the care and upkeep of the facility.
And they
It
have
was
the little
really,
coffee shop there. So
Yeah,
after
they do.
You,
Yeah.
after you do your workout.
And the swimming pools.
And the pool. After
2
you do-
swimming pools.
2 swimming pools.
And they're heated.
And
so,
they're
yeah.
checked. The chemical balance is checked automatically. I asked Jeff about that.
And
but-
it's also done manually several times throughout the day, and then it's also done automatically too.
yeah, I was
Wow.
impressed. That was my first question.
So are you really impressed?
I really am.
Yeah, I can
Oh
tell.
yeah, I'm excited about it.
Generally,
Abs-
people are surprised at how old it is once they've come in for a
Oh,
tour.
yeah, you
They're
can't
surprised that it's city run for
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and two, they're surprised at how old it is. You're like, you're kidding, this looks brand new. But we clean 24 hours a day. We have cleaning teams
All the way
day
around the
long,
clock.
all around the clock, and everyone's responsible for cleaning. Jeff gets down there, he's cleaning every morning
Oh,
when
my
he
goodness.
comes through, all the way down to our youngest staff people. Everyone pitches
Well, if
in.
someone wants to find out about the sports center, how do they do that?
There's lots of ways you can do it. You can check online at our website at monterey.org/sportscenter, one word,
Okay.
and that's a real easy way to check. You could
And
also,
there's another easy way. They can go to our website
Mm-hmm.
and send us an email, and we'll turn that right over to you, and then you
Great,
can
great.
correspond with them.
Great.
Isn't that KYMB TV? It's on the screen right now.
And you know, another thing that I was impressed that I wanted to mention was that the membership arrangement isn't like you're committing for 2 years. Like some
absolutely.
of it, so you could actually do month to month or class to class.
You could pay by the day. You can pay for 3 months up front, 6 months
Isn't
up
that
front,
great?
1 year up front, or you can pay month to month. All we need is 30 days notice. You know that you.
And
need.
so the daily pass, the general daily pass, is how much?
It depends on where you live and how old you are. It
Okay.
ranges from like $3 and something
To
change
$7.
up to $8.
To up to
Uh-huh.
8.
For
That's
the-
what I
For a
thought.
daily pass.
Yeah.
for a daily pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's actually if somebody wants to come in and just try it, just it's
And we encourage people to do that, so they don't feel like they're making a big commitment at first. Please come in, try it out, see if it's fitting in your schedule, see if it's convenient, and really, some people take
Yeah.
the tour and then they're sold right away.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
With
so-
great cardio room. Everything is wonderful.
I often think if I wasn't too embarrassed, we should do like a show where we a Get Fit show.
We'll have Dave
This
follow
is,
us around with a
the
camera.
before the Monterey Sports Center and 3 months after the Monterey.
Well,
but we'll do that
maybe
personally.
We'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great
We
idea?
can set you up with a personal trainer, start with
Yeah.
the trainer, and see how
Oh,
you
you know what?
Absolutely.
We have a picture of the building. If anybody would like to, there it is.
Oh, how
beautiful?
nice. Yeah, great.
It's about 75,000 square feet inside, so people are very
What is
surprised
the
at how
actual
large
street
it is.
address?
301 East Franklin Street.
301 East Franklin.
And then
That's
for-
the main entrance.
And for parking, what are some of the choices for parking for someone coming for the first time?
Lots of different options. You can park on the street. Just know that it is limited anywhere from 1 hour to 2 hours on the street. We do have a lot. It is metered from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but before 9 and after 6, it is free. And then we also have a parking garage right across the street where you get discount parking if you buy it from us.
Oh, wow.
So if you're saying you're
lots of
going to the
choices.
sports center, you can get discount parking for $1 and you can park up to 72 hours.
Wow,
So.
lots of choices.
Great.
Well, thank you, Karen, for being here tonight
Thank
and
you.
You're
telling us all about
welcome.
Monterey Sports Center. Again, if you folks have any questions, shoot us an
And
email.
enter the drawing to win the free
Yes,
passes.
absolutely. 4 passes that we're giving away tonight before we go off the air. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 passes. I think that's the best deal we've had since we started this show.
They're all good deals, honey.
Yeah, but
For different
really,
reasons.
well, for different reasons, but you
We
know,
don't have
a
favorites.
pizza's a pizza and a $25 gift certificate.
Well, you know,
to,
you need the sports center
Ola.
after you eat the pizza.
That's right. That's right.
And drink the wine. So
All right,
anyway.
well, let's get back to the music.
Okay.
And what's coming up?
What do you have, Dave?
I
What's
think we
next?
have Heaven is a Place on Earth
Matt-
is the
Matt-
one we finished.
Is it Mad About You?
Belinda Carlisle.
Mad About You. This is
yes. Do you
from
know-
1986.
And didn't I do a thing like on Belinda Carlisle?
Yeah.
I went on Google
Yeah,
and
you
checked
told me
everything
all
out.
about her husband and who he voted for in the
Yeah.
elections. No, actually, did you know the Go-Go's broke up in 1985?
I didn't know that.
And she still is working,
She is?
but just solo.
Belinda
yeah.
Carlisle by herself.
So they weren't together.
The
for
Go-Go's
very
were
long.
not together very long, were they?
No. So anyway.
Okay, well, here's
Okay.
Belinda Carlisle. Thank you again, Karen,
Thank
for being
you,
here.
Karen.
Thank you.
for
And
having
we are back, and that's Stevie Nicks. And before that, Belinda Carlisle. And you have a little tidbit about Stevie.
You know why she's called Stevie Nicks?
Why is she called Stevie Nicks?
Well, her first name really is Stephanie.
Aha.
But when she was a little girl, she couldn't say her first name. She'd say Dee Dee. And so they changed it to Stevie.
Oh.
So she called herself that, and everybody called her that because she couldn't pronounce Stephanie. Isn't that cute?
It's
And
cute.
you know, she went to San Jose State University.
She's right up the road.
She did, but then
Born in 1948.
she sure was.
How
and
about
then
that? And she went to San Jose State,
and then moved to L.A.
moved to L.A.
Yep. And her family went on to Chicago. So
And I wonder where she is today. Any idea?
I'll look.
No, we'll
I'll
find
look.
out. What happened to Stevie Nicks?
She's
We
probably
like to
somewhere.
do that from time
Actually,
to time.
instead of only where are they at today? What do they look like today? We can show the video and then show a photo of where they're at and what they look like.
Really?
now.
Well, these videos are 20, 25 years old.
Some of the singers age very well.
Yes.
And some of them, you could tell a hard time.
Hard. Well,
Hard.
that's a tough life.
Yeah.
Especially on the road.
So
Anyway, you want to talk about Ola,
our
sponsor
of the hour,
sponsor of the hour, 9 to 10 o'clock on Saturday nights. Thank
Ola.
you, Bernadette.
Bernadette. When you go into Ola, say hi to Bernie.
Yes.
Bernadette. We
She'll
call her
give you
Bernie.
a special deal on
Well,
Tuesdays.
on hot,
Is it
hot
Tuesdays?
Tuesday nights, half off the entire food menu.
Isn't that great?
And then on Mondays and Fridays at lunches between 11 and 4, they have the half off the food menu items.
And make
So-
sure that you tell the folks there at the restaurant that you heard about them on Monterey on tonight.
And you know, the Boneyard really, really needs support of the
it
locals.
does.
You
it's,
know,
it's a great shopping center.
when you're, deciding on what to do, that's a really good, it's a very convenient location.
They lost an anchor tenant in khakis. They are moving over to
That's what I'm saying.
downtown Carmel.
Our
So,
viewers should kind of pitch
yeah.
in and help support and keep the
and you know
traffic
what
line.
I've heard, Jules? There's many times people say, "Well, I live in Monterey and I never go over to Carmel." My goodness, it's not that far.
No, like minutes.
Yeah, it's
like,
just a few minutes. So I call it over the hill, over to Carmel, and great shopping over at the Barnyard, at the Crossroads, downtown Carmel.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the car and take a ride.
Go
It's-
to Ola and then go down Ocean Ave and then take Scenic and just drive that
that's a
at
beautiful
sunset.
drive.
I mean,
Beautiful
what is
drive.
that's what life's about, is enjoying nature.
beauty,
The
the
beauty.
beauty
And
of the
we live in
Monterey
such
Peninsula.
a beautiful place.
do.
So,
So make sure you stop by and say hi to Bernadette at Ola and tell her you heard about it right here on
and if you
Monterey
go on
tonight.
hot Tuesday nights,
And
you
what
get a
else?
really good
There's a
deal.
Monday and a Friday deal
Yeah,
too.
that's the lunch.
That's the
That's
lunch.
the half off the food
So if
menu for
if
lunch.
we go in on Monday or Friday, we get half off on lunch
Uh-huh.
and half off on Tuesday
Tuesday
nights.
nights.
Can't beat that.
And you know what I
folks.
forgot to tell everyone?
What?
Going back to me and Ed's last hour on Wednesday night, we're going to be there at 6 p.m.
We are.
There's going to be this incredible deal, and I forgot to tell everyone because we had so many exciting
Yes, we
guests
had a lot of
coming
guests
through.
tonight,
A beer
Yeah.
and a personal pizza for
Yeah.
$7.
That's a good deal.
And I'm going to put this on Facebook too.
Oh,
to everyone
great.
that's networked with us
Great,
on Facebook.
okay.
Yeah. So we're going to have like a get together for KYMB over on
How-
Wednesday night. And I made a deal with Akram. I made like, okay, what can you do for us to get, and you can have it any way you want. It's perfect size. And then a frosty mug beer for $7.
How did we end up with all food sponsors? Well, actually, now we're going to have a new sponsor, the Monterey Sports Center.
Yeah, so we can
But,
work it off. So on
so we
Monday
can work it
lunch
off.
and Tuesday at dinner, we're going to go to Ola.
Yeah.
Then on Wednesday,
Gonna
we're
go
going to
to
go to Me and
sports.
Ed's. No, Me and
Oh,
Ed's.
Me and Ed's.
And then on
Thursday we're
Thursday,
gonna-
we're going to go to Alberto's. And
Alberto's our next hour
And
sponsor.
Fridays, we're going to go to Jose's Underground.
And Saturday, we're going to go to the Sports Center
And Saturday's the Sports Center.
and work it off. Actually, I think we're going to have to go to the Sports Center every day.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the music.
Sounds good.
Let's see, that was Stevie. So now we're going to do the Pretenders.
Oh, this is a good song.
This is a good one. And then we're going to follow that up with Talk Talk and Talk Talk.
Yep. It went to number 2 in 1984, and it stayed there for 4 weeks.
So you're watching Monterey On Tonight, and back to the music.
Thanks.
Yeah, check it out. Ola and the Barnyard, and of course they have 2 locations up north, but the one we're wanting you to visit is the one that Bernadette runs over at the Barnyard.
And Bernadette said she's going to get the owners to come down from Burlingame to come say hi and see us on the show.
Well, great. They'll come and visit us here on Monterey On
Maybe
Tonight.
they can bring us some food.
You know what? That would be great.
Wouldn't
they
that be
could bring
fun?
some
Wanna be
super
one of their
food,
platters?
One of their great platters. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be great. Hey, anyway, we played Talk Talk and Talk Talk, and that's a British musical group that were active from 1981 to 91.
10-year.
10 years, and they did a remake of a 1977 song called Talk 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 by The Reaction. And
And they're not here anymore. I don't
no,
know.
they're
gone.
They're gone.
Long gone.
Wonder where they are today. Dick Clark many years ago used to do a show, and he'd always say when he'd play an old song, "See if you remember this one."
What did Casey Kasem say?
Casey Kasem. What did Casey say?
We'll have to go back and listen because they had their own thing when they used to do the
America's Top 40.
Do you know my stepdad worked in a radio station in the 90s?
Yes, you told me that.
And actually, it was the late 80s. So
he played some of this music.
He actually got the countdown. Was it Dick Clark that did the countdown every week?
Casey did the top 40 countdown.
Okay, it was Casey Kasem, and they would send him to the radio station
on big tape reels.
No, these were actually records.
Oh, they were on discs.
And he's got closets and closets full
those
of all of those records.
Classic albums of all that music.
They let him take them home, and now they're collectible completely.
They are.
So.
Great music. So shall we go with Bryan Adams?
That sounds great. We've got some more guests that come into our studio. We've got Gary Hamada here.
The Bryan Adams, yes, Gary Hamada is going to be on in just a little bit. Bryan Adams, great balladeer. This is a rock ballad by Bryan, which was from the first single from his first album, Cuts Like a Knife. And the song was Adams' first song to reach top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100.
And he met the drummer in a music record store, and then they partnered up, and that's how they.
You didn't.
It's right here.
Oh, it's down there lower. Oh, okay.
And they wrote the drummer that he partnered with for his band. That drummer is named Jim Valance, and he wrote music for. Actually, they both, Bryan Adams and Jim, wrote songs for Kiss, Prism, Bonnie Raitt, Rod Stewart, Neil Diamond, Carly Simon, and Loverboy.
Wow.
So, I mean, these are some this group right here is very talented.
Very talented.
Very talented.
Well, this is one of my favorites.
You like
Straight
this
from the Heart, yeah. Let's go with Straight from the Heart right here on Monterey On Tonight.
And we'll have some more
and
guests.
see if you remember this one. Well, we are back, and that was a great video by Bryan Adams. And we have a special guest right now. And Dave, why don't you get a close-up of our special guest, Mojo? And Kelly is holding Mojo. And we're getting close to Easter time. And Gary Hamada decided to bring Kelly and Mojo on to the set. welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And it's nice to talk about rabbits and Easter, right, Gary?
Easter bunny time.
Easter bunny
Tomorrow's
time.
Easter.
That's
Amazing.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he's just he's ready to
And
bring
he's
some
been a
eggs.
busy little rabbit today, you told me.
He is. He went to the Eastminster Pet Parade today and spent the day and has a potential adopter from
Oh,
that.
really?
So if he's lucky, he'll maybe get to go home.
Now, how old is Mojo?
So Mojo's about a year.
Year old.
Mm-hmm. He's a neutered male. Came to us. His owners surrendered him into the Salinas Animal Shelter, and we were able to take him into the rescue.
Well, he is a good-looking little guy.
Yep, he's a guy.
Good-looking guy.
He's like, hey.
So, Gary, how did this all come about? How did you
Well,
hook
Kelly,
up with Kelly?
Kelly was on my radio show for a number of years as the Animal Friends Rescue Project executive director. And by the way, she's one of the founding members. Just a handful. When I say a handful, maybe like I say 5. If you're four-fingered, or it's 4, but five. And about 12 years ago, they formed the Animal Friends Rescue Project to sort of alleviate some of the overload of animals at the SPC and other animal shelters. None of the animals are ever euthanized. They adopt the animals and they find foster homes for them.
Ah, wonderful. That's
And there's been
great.
14,000 animals that they found homes for the past 12 years now.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess besides rabbits, you have just about every kind of animal at the shelter?
We focus at dogs. Dogs and cats
Dogs
are
and cats
our largest number of animals that we take in, and then rabbits, we take in a small number of rabbits every year.
Recently
So-
they had horses.
Really?
Yeah, they saved the horses up there in the hills. I'll tell you a story down the road here if you have a moment.
Well, yeah, I have a moment.
Okay.
But, you know, one of the things that Juliana was saying, and she stepped off the set for a second, but she said that sometimes folks like to get rabbits as pets, but they're not really ideal pets for families, are they? It depends.
Right, it depends. I mean, rabbits are as much work, as a cat or a dog. They can be litter box trained. The main thing is they chew, so that's the difference. You have to rabbit proof for wires and your furniture and things. They don't.
Mojo's got his little head buried there.
That's right. They aren't backyard pets. They really should be parts of the family, just like a dog or a cat. A lot of people sleep with their bunnies, or they sit on the couch and watch TV with them at night. They're very much
So they do make
social.
good pets. then.
Exactly. They
do
make good pets, but you just have to understand their special needs.
Yeah,
as far as
special need pet.
chewing.
And chewing. Is that the most...
I would say that's probably one of their biggest things that people often get upset about is they let them out and then they go, I don't know why they just ate my grandmother's Afghan that she made. And you're like, well, it's a
Sure.
rabbit and they chew, and
Yeah.
you have to protect them
Yeah.
from trouble.
Did you bring something in the cart for her to chew on?
Oh, there's all kinds of little toys,
Yeah.
hay things and little willow balls and things to chew on.
Now, do they shed?
They do shed.
They do shed.
Some more than others. As you can kind of see, he's got a little bit of hair going
Yeah.
on. The Rex bunnies, I think, shed a little less. They have a little bit different type of curly-ish fur.
Gary, you should hold a bunny.
No, I think that Gary should hold the bunny.
Yeah.
And this Gary will watch.
Get a nice
He'll make some
bunny.
nice white fur on your
You
jacket
know, I was going
there.
to say, yeah, that's
You're
right.
probably getting some.
Probably
Might
getting
be-
just a little bit on now. I will pet the bunny.
You,
It's
you
very
get, you get
soft.
daddy or I'll get this year.
Very soft.
It's a cutie.
Did your bunny go to sleep?
You know, I just found out.
He's kind of his one eye's open here.
I just found out last night that Clint Eastwood and Dina Eastwood and Morgan have a bunny named Augie. Have you ever met Augie?
I haven't met him.
How
I've
about
seen
you?
pictures.
No, not yet.
I
No.
did
No.
a SPCA.
Augie.
Yeah, they did an SPCA
okay.
commercial. Dave, do you want me to move that so you can
Perhaps
get a
it
good
was,
shot of? How about that?
from the Animal Friends
There
Rescue
we go.
Project.
What a great shot of Augie Mojo. Yeah, but Augie, I think the photo I saw of Augie, Clint and Dina's bunny, is a lot larger than
Oh.
Mojo.
Okay. He is a bigger rabbit.
Yeah, big rabbit. Do you know how much he weighs?
He's probably maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5 pounds. Okay.
Where are you located?
Our main adoption center is in Pacific Grove. It's on the corner of Lighthouse and Grand. And there we have cats available for adoption. Dogs come during the day from foster homes and are available for adoption. The rabbits are kept at our adoption center that's inside of Posh Pets. That's also just down the street in Pacific Grove. So they have the rabbit center. And
Are you looking for volunteers?
Julie, why don't you come in here? She's got a million questions. I have none.
You want to tell us why we brought a bunny on tonight, other than it's Easter tomorrow? Because there is a reason. Because you get an overflow of bunnies coming in after Easter.
That's what that was about. Yeah, after Easter, a lot of pets go out, and then when they decide that they can't take the pet at home, for one reason or the other, they bring them to you.
Right. Then they end up back either in the shelters or they get released into the wild, and then animals will eat them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not safe. You don't want to ever release your domestic rabbit out into the wild. They will.
Because these are domestic rabbits.
Exactly. They don't know how to fend for themselves.
So you get a large influx of bunnies after the holiday, at Easter holiday.
Right. So usually Easter hits, and then say maybe middle of summer. Now the novelty's worn off.
And it's time to find
they're
another
not cute
home.
and little anymore. If they got them as babies, they're now full-size rabbits.
Right.
You said you had a story for us about horses.
Well, no, the horses is something else where actually they rescued, the Animal Friends Rescue Project went in and did rescue horses last year, or I think the year before when we had the fires. But Kelly has an important message about emergency plans, because she was actually was able to use her emergency plan while we were on the radio one day. When I called her to go on the show, she says, right at this moment, I cannot really be on the show because we have a fire. It's approaching the house.
Oh my goodness.
And I need to evacuate my animals. And tell us about the emergency plan that everybody should have for their animals.
Well, it's always good to pretty much have crates or carriers or boxes for all of your animals that you have in your house, and then have a plan for obviously getting them out in case of fire or something. With the fires that we had over the last couple years for our area, it was a big thing. And so that made me really think, and I had to think, how many animals do I have? How am I going to get them out?
Tell us about the animals you had to evacuate, though. There were...
Well, we got lucky. We started to put all the crates together and everything, but, you know, I have dogs, I have cats, I have a goat, I have rabbits.
Oh, goodness.
So, I mean, there's a lot of
you have some others. You have a couple of...
Did you have horses,
bigger...
too?
Well, my horse is actually at a different...
There are two bigger animals, though, you had, didn't you?
I had goats.
Goats.
Oh,
yep,
goats.
It was my goats. I was like, how am I going to get my goats off my property safely? So...
Yeah. How do you get goats to move?
Yeah, really. You had to bring the pickup truck.
Yep. I was like thinking, who am I going to call and help me? So it's good to have that in place, because when that...
An emergency plan.
Yep. When you get panicked, it makes it a lot more
And you were
complicated.
panicked, but then you were I was amazed at how calm you were. Gary, I have to be
I
can't be on the show today because I do have fire approaching the house, and I have to get the animals
Get them out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for being here with Mojo tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And that's really a good message to all of you out there that perhaps have a child that is looking for an Easter gift, a bunny rabbit, but then after a little time goes by, they become disenchanted, and the bunny ends up with you.
Right.
At
So
the
it's
animal
important
shelter.
to do your research.
Yes.
There's a lot of good references out there. They can come in and talk to the rabbit volunteers and find out more about having a rabbit before you make that.
You have a website where people can go to?
Yeah, what's the website?
It's www.animalfriendsrescue.org, and then there's a rabbit section. And
Great. Or they can always come to our website here at KYMB, and we'll send them on to you.
Oh, wonderful.
There's our website that's on the screen right now. Thank you, Dave.
There it is.
And if you didn't get a chance to write down Animal Rescue, animalfriendsrescue.org, just come to our website, and we'll send you on over to Kelly.
14,000 animals adopted in the last 12 years.
Goodness gracious. Wow.
It's been a busy.
Yeah, it's been busy. Well, thank you again for being here. Gary, thanks for bringing Kelly. Gary's going to stay? Shall we play a video? So, all right. Let's
Thank
put
you,
a video
Kelly,
on.
for being
Thanks for having
Let's
me
do
on.
that. Let's play a little music, and we'll be back with Gary Hamada, our friend from For Locals Only, now on TV, coming on Channel 19 tonight at midnight. So what's the next video here? Let's see. We're gonna do. We did Brian Adams, and we did Belinda Carlisle. Is this In Excess?
It's gotta be.
Okay, In Excess is on next, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And that was In Excess. And what's interesting is that I thought that was going to play first, but what happened is Belinda Carlisle actually was the first video. Heaven is a Place on Earth.
And that video that Belinda was in was partially filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Did you know that?
No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
on the spin out ride.
I thought you were going to say right here on the Monterey Peninsula.
Oh, and did you know what? That video by Belinda Carlisle?
Yes.
Do you know who directed it?
No.
This is Gary Hamada here. We'll say hi to Gary.
Well, Gary was on with me and the rabbit earlier.
That's
I'm
right.
just eavesdropping here
Okay.
for a second.
Actually,
Kelly.
Belinda Carlisle's video was directed by actor. Is it called actor or actress now? What's the appropriate?
Actor.
Diane Keaton.
Actor.
Figure.
Keaton.
No, listen, Diane Keaton.
They must be friends.
I don't know, but I thought that
Belinda
was kind of
Carlisle and
odd.
Diane Keaton must be friends. They got to be buddies because obviously that's how that happened.
Anyway.
I didn't know that Kelly and her husband Dave have the shop over in PG called Posh Pets.
They own it.
Yeah.
Oh, very
So how
neat.
about that? And on Saturdays they have VIP. What do they call that?
It's
VIP
the clinic.
Clinic.
The shot clinic.
The shot clinic. So if you have a pet and you want to get them vaccinated,
That's a good deal too.
It's very
Yeah,
great
it's a good deal.
prices, good prices, right, Gary? And they're going to be sponsors of For Locals Only on TV.
Well, they'll be on our show on a monthly basis because there's a certain number of animals from the SPCA and other animal shelters that they don't want euthanized. They're
Yes.
perfectly good pets, and the Animal Friends Rescue Project brings these pets in, finds good homes for them. There's a no euthanization policy, so none of the pets are ever euthanized. You find nice homes for them, and they take on the senior dogs as well. So they're the best pets. I've had many senior animals.
That's
and
great.
they're
That
very
is
nice.
wonderful.
So
That's really super.
they're right in Pacific Grove, California, so you can find them.
PG.
And go to the KYMB
Website.
and you'll be able to find the Animal Friends Rescue Project website from there.
Incidentally, tonight we are accepting your email. It's going to go right in here.
And I've been opening them up and reading them all. And thank you to our viewers who have been with us from day one.
And the names go in here tonight.
love
And
hearing
tonight
from
we
them.
have 4. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
For
That we're going to give away.
Passes.
Passes that we're going to give away to the
To
Monterey
one
Sports
person.
Center. Is that what we're going to do?
well, it kind of sounded like it earlier when you were saying it.
Um,
Because people want to take, like, what if they've got two, they're
but
a
what happens
family?
if they live by themselves?
They don't want to have their friend pay while they go. You want to at least have 2. We can either give. Here's the thing. We can
Yeah.
either give 2 people 2 passes each,
Yeah.
or 1 person 4 passes.
Okay, we need to hear from you right now.
What should we do?
Send us an email. We have a little problem trying to decide how we're going to give away these 4 passes
I
tonight.
want 4 passes. is what the email says.
Are the emails going to say?
I don't know.
I want all
I want
4
all of them,
passes.
Email us. Let us know,
yeah,
and we'll enter you into the drawing one way or the other. One you guys like kymtv.com.
Okay. Whatever.
This is live TV, folks.
Yeah.
We make it up as we go along, right?
That's right.
By the way, Mayor Sue McLeod called me just before the show and from Carmel and said that her super dog Robbie, who was a big hit on our show, on our radio show for years.
Did he bark?
And by the
I mean, how did you
Yeah, he's a mascot, and he's also each year donates out of his own personal fund $1,000 to the general fund of all the SPCA and all the different
You're
animal
kidding.
shelters.
The
So-
dog does?
Yeah, so he.
Out of
Well,
the-
and I said,
wow,
well,
what
how
a-
does he get his money? She says, I can't disclose that, but it is his own personal fund. Well, he is a model. He's been on a doggy calendar.
Did you hear Dave? Does he pick pockets? Is that what you said?
No, does he have pockets?
Oh, does he have pockets? I think, does he pick pockets?
But
$1,000 is a lot of
so
money.
she's, it's a good way for I want to encourage everybody else to donate to, for example, the Eastminster Pet Parade today at the Sunset Center was.
That's where they worked with Mojo
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
today. And they had between 500 and 1,000 people, Dave told me.
That's
a great turnout.
By the way, she also reminded me, and I remember this, is that our good friend Doris Day is celebrating her 88th birthday today.
Today, happy birthday to Doris Day. And I want to remember
We
to
need
say
to find some
hi
music.
to Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Deverly.
Josephine.
Yes, Joe and Deverly.
And all of our viewers, Karen, We saw her at Mission Ranch, and
Karen
Gloria.
and Gloria.
We
right?
said we'd say hello to them, and our
We did.
Joyce emailed me, and Michael August is watching.
We are beginning to get a following of folks. We were over last night after the concert at the Mission Ranch, and we went on in. We saw a bunch of friends, and so we said, "We'll say hi to you guys tonight on TV."
Who doesn't know you on the Monterey Peninsula?
Well,
I mean,
you
in,
know,
in Fresno, I mean,
Fresno.
Well, we
that's
came
one
here to
story.
get away
can
from
you
that.
can you dine anywhere in Fresno without
No.
anybody
No,
knowing?
Fres-
When we
Fresno-
dated, we'd had to go out of town to have a quiet dinner because people would come up to Gary.
Fresno has been home for a
Well,
long,
they want your
long
autograph.
time.
They want to talk
No,
to you.
no,
It's
but
him. Yes,
no,
yeah, he's
no.
being shy. He is.
No, not really.
You're right, Gary.
It's only the bill
I know.
collectors.
I know. I've heard stories.
Only the bill collectors are looking for me.
So you have to go out of town.
And
to
the
that.
politicians were looking
And
for
the
you too, because
politicians
you
are-
used
yes,
to do
they're
that.
looking for me too.
By the way, a very important. I don't know if this is an April Fool's joke or not, but I saw the Monterey County Weekly
Oh,
had
right
its
here.
final
Yeah.
print.
You
Oh,
know
wait,
what?
wait. Where is it? It's
Julie
Catherine's
has-
going to hand it to us.
I mean, there won't be
Well,
any on the
there-
newsstand. They'll
well,
pick. Everybody's gonna pick those papers
it's
up for
an
souvenir.
April.
Is that April Fool?
Well,
It's a-
that
I
we
read the whole thing.
understand now.
Yeah.
We have no confirmation. In fact,
Is it on my desk?
what I want to do.
Oh, is it right here?
What I want to do Monday is I want to walk
It's
into
okay.
the weekly
it's not
office,
there. It's not there.
and I want to meet the owner of the weekly.
Bradley Z.
Yep,
Yeah.
Bradley, and I want to invite him to come on our show.
He's a
and
Carmel
be a guest.
resident.
Catherine, if it's not on my desk,
They
it's
do
not
this
here.
every year, but this
then
one
I
is
don't have
really, to me,
I'll get it
a
later.
little over the top as far as
okay.
the
You know,
April Fool's joke.
it's really interesting that
Wait, did you tell me we invited him on?
well, we're going to. I'm going to go into the office there on.
So I
Monday.
call Bradley right now. I wake him
Well,
up.
you know what? I sent Bradley an email and to invite him because
Did you folks see this? Any reason that you might have seen this? End of an era.
see, I was in the Monterey Herald for an appointment and I brought this up and they said no, it's a joke. And then I went to Facebook, the Monterey Weekly Facebook, and then it was disclosed. Everyone was like, yeah, it's a joke.
It's an April Fool.
But then there were a few postings on Facebook where some of the readers weren't real happy because it's true. A lot of people were losing their jobs.
Right.
But after Gary and I sat down and read the article, we realized what he was trying to do. We think. We actually invited him on the show so we can kind of see if
So we
we
really
were,
don't
you sent
have
him an email, and
I
I want to
did.
go in personally to the office Monday and
because he's
invite him.
basically saying by the end of the era, look at all the things that are going away that we've done to kind of highlight what they've done, how many jobs how many stories that are independent.
Does it
and-
say anywhere in the? I read the paper from front to back. I didn't see anywhere where it says April Fool's joke.
No.
No,
there
but
is-
the last. Hold on.
Well,
While
they
you
said
guys
that
talk, the
they said-
last sentence.
They said something about coming back sooner.
Bradley,
than-
you've done it. This is.
Yeah. Do you know him well?
I know Bradley.
You know
yes.
Bradley. Well, listen,
Bring him
my
on.
hat is off to him because I think he got a lot of attention.
Sure
He
did.
says, listen, this is the last sentence of the article. See you in the future, perhaps sooner than you think.
Yeah. Well, then
See?
maybe.
No,
maybe
it's
that's
totally.
April Fool. That's a great April Fool.
It
joke.
Well, you know what
is.
Gary said? I have between two Garys
Gary-
here. Gary C. Gary C. said next year on his on April 1st, Gary wants to take on all of his television stations and make the screen go black.
Yeah, we're going to turn
Cocola
all of our-
Broadcasting's going off air.
We're
completely
going off the air. We're going out of business.
All of a sudden, 5 million households
Yeah.
just not on there
And then
anymore.
April Fool.
You imagine the letters you're going to get from that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll
yeah.
tell you.
Maybe
Do it right in the middle of a movie, right?
You know what? I can sympathize. If in fact,
they will get to see
Right,
the
the
end.
final scene of her movie.
Gary, if in fact this is what this was an April Fool joke, I can sympathize with where he's coming from because sometimes you really don't feel appreciated, and they do a great job for this community. I mean, you know,
Have you ever felt unappreciated?
well,
I mean,
you know, sometimes your viewers really know how to rake you over the coals.
Or sometimes it's not, the viewers are supportive, but the advertisers and the sponsors maybe could step up a little more to support the efforts.
Absolutely.
So,
But that means they have to open up their checkbook.
right.
And that's sometimes very difficult for some of them to do. But anyway, it was a great April Fool if in fact that's what it was.
Well, some people think it wasn't, but
We'll let you know next week if you
you
watch
can
the
email
show.
us and tell us what you think.
Yeah,
Do you
we-
think
yeah,
it was
we'll do a
clever,
little-
or do you think it was a little ornery?
Yeah,
Right?
well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And we'll disclose the emails here at the
We
end
can
of the
start
show.
taking, we can tally them all
The
up.
best
Tally 'em
emails,
up.
yeah.
The best
Yeah.
email.
They all go into that little.
Put them in the hopper here.
Yeah, you get automatically entered into the drawing from Monterey Sports
Yeah,
Center.
really. Gary, any last-minute notes there you have that you want to cover tonight?
Yeah, just a couple. Easter tomorrow.
Right.
Easter Day, about
Happy
Easter
Easter.
Sunday. Yeah, so get your hats out and bonnets and all that. And,
In your Easter bonnet?
Again, congratulations and happy birthday to Doris Day, and from the city of Carmel especially, and the Cypress Inn. And special note, Kenny Stahl is now starting to play again at the Cypress Inn on Thursday nights.
Really?
See, a world-class musician. He's open for Diana Krall. He's toured with Stevie Wonder.
What day? What night is it?
Thursday nights.
Thursday night. What time?
This is one of the only places in the world. It's
Can I use
amazing.
your
I mean,
pen? I'm gonna
you
write that
probably
down.
know that you can go. You see the Overtones last night at Mission Ranch.
yeah.
I mean, they've been on the soundtrack of Invictus, the movie.
Right.
And then you go and you're going to see them and before they even make it big.
Yep.
And then you've got Kenny Stahl, a world-class musician who is performing free at the Cypress
Isn't
Inn
that amazing?
on Thursday nights.
We are so lucky to live here.
On and on and on. I mean,
really
we can
are.
go through this over and over. The Monterey Jazz Festival next week, if you're those of you that are looking forward to seeing who the next stars will be in jazz, the Monterey Jazz Festival's Next Generation Jazz Festival will start next week, April 9th through 11th. That's Friday through Sunday. There's 60 bands or more that perform all throughout. They have to submit their applications and qualify, and then they pick some of the top spots to be able to perform on stage at the 53rd. This will be the 53rd annual Monterey Jazz
53?
Festival. 53. It's a granddaddy of all jazz festivals.
Is
now.
it? Where is this at?
This will be at all different venues. They used
Oh,
to have it
different
at the conference center at the most of the time, but now it's going to be all different venues.
Great.
And the last but not least, don't save some room next week for Good Old Days.
Yeah.
PG. That's always a lot of fun. You probably know about that. For family fun. So if you've got a full calendar next week and you got Good Old Days and PG for the kids and for your family, you got the Monterey Jazz Festival's Next Generation a Jazz Festival, and then you've got the Pebble Beach Food and Wine that you had David Bernal on. I mean, what can you say
and
about
Wednesday
this?
night, me and Ed's.
Yeah,
The
Wednesday
personal
night, me and
pizza
Ed's.
and a beer for $7.
And Saturday night here from 8 to midnight.
Yeah, and then us on
right,
Saturday.
and that's us on
For
Saturday.
Monterey
Unless you
on
have
tonight.
TiVo. If you have TiVo, then you can do something else. and watch
TiVo,
it.
how's TiVo work? I mean, does it?
It just
Oh.
records the show.
It goes
and then
beep,
they
beep,
can,
beep, beep. I
they
know
can
the
play it
sound
back.
effects. Actually, yeah,
Okay.
you can record it.
Thank you, Gary.
My pleasure. Thank
Thanks
you
for
again
being
for asking
here.
me to be
We'll
on.
see you again next week. And, okay, you're laughing at me because I just ran back to the set.
The DJ in you is so clearly
I
obvious.
know how to do
he knows
that.
how to time it like this, and I'm here, Oh, look, Sarah, if you
Wait.
don't mind, because she's doing our on-air interview
Yeah,
tonight.
right. Tell
Can
her
I ask
she's on the air. Yeah, ask her if she's coming in tonight.
Sarah, are you coming in tonight to do our movie reviews?
Yeah, call the landline and we'll do a remote.
Okay, drive careful, honey. You've got an hour to get here, so don't worry. Okay, bye. She'll be here. Sarah Nicole.
Sarah Nicole is going to do our movie review for the week, but she's...
And I would never answer the phone, but she is our on-air host, and
Yes.
she is our daughter, and I don't want to not take her call
Yes.
just because we're on air in case she needs something.
Right.
So, okay.
So she's going to be here tonight to talk about what's coming up
Yeah,
next
our
week. On,
MGM movies.
Okay.
So.
And you also had another idea. You said that we've got,
we've got a
viewer
viewer.
that's been watching us since the very first show.
I believe so. We have to ask her. And I just sent her an email to see if she'd send us her number so we can call her while we're on air tonight.
And put her on the air.
Yeah, so you know who you are.
You know who
I'm not
you
going to
are.
say her name in case she just isn't comfortable with it.
Okay.
But hopefully she'll email us back
If
and
she'll
say yes.
email us back and give us her number,
Because
we'll call her
actually
and put
that's
her on
why
the
we
air.
have the phone box.
We have that to talk to Akram.
Akron, but also
That
for
means-
phoning guests, but we just don't have the delay for the unknown callers so that we can do the 5-second
Because
delay.
we're live here, folks.
So we have
Very
to
live.
we have to talk to trusted viewers who will understand that.
But we'll take your emails and we'll enter you into the raffle tonight. No purchase is necessary.
And we got the feedback.
And the feedback is?
The most fair thing is to give 2 viewers 2 tickets.
2 viewers, 2 tickets.
Yep.
Okay, so
So
they
that's
can
what we're gonna
take
do.
husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend,
Daughter, mother.
whatever. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
we're going to have 2 drawings tonight. Okay.
Okay. And
Catherine.
everybody that's emailed us is
And
entered.
are we putting all the new emails in here?
I'm going to
Okay.
go check it a few more times.
Okay.
That's at kymbtv.com, folks. If you're watching, we would love to know and to hear
Tonight
about it
is,
so we know that you enjoy what we're doing and we'll keep doing it.
2 passes to 2 folks for the Monterey Sports Center.
Yes. And it's a beautiful facility.
check it out.
It's really clean, spotless, new.
Yeah,
I
it's
was,
great.
I don't want to say shocked, but I really was pleasantly
Pleasantly surprised.
at
Right.
how beyond
wonderful that place is
Okay.
and clean. Okay.
So
What we did was we
had the Hooters, we had Sledgehammer. We actually had Sledgehammer first. Great.
And did you know that was
video.
Peter Gabriel's
Peter-
first?
Yeah, and
And
you know what?
to date, only #1.
And Dave was right. He said, "Wow, that was a great video. We should have opened with that one." Well, you know what? We'll put a little star next to it, and on a future show we'll open up with Peter Gabriel because that is a
And
great
when it went to
music
when
video.
it went to #1, it replaced Genesis' "Invisible Touch." That's the song it knocked off
And
the
Invisible
charts.
Touch is a great video
Yeah,
too.
that was a good
great
video.
song.
So
Okay, so now we've got the Hooters coming up, or did we do the Hooters?
we did the Hooters.
Okay, all you zombies, and now it's the motels. Do you know what song the motels were famous for?
Yeah, because it's right here.
Oh, you.
Of course I do. I Googled it.
Oh,
or
you're not
Wikipedia.
supposed to do that.
Do you
I'm
know? You
supposed
can
to...
ask the viewers. Do you know? And then they can
okay.
email you. And
Well, anyway, the motel's famous video was "Only the Lonely,"
Yep.
and I think we have that on our file from Cool Music, and we probably will be.
you know what? Is
getting
that
to
on
that.
our list a little bit down?
Let's see. The motels. Don't see. Oh, here they are. Suddenly, Last Summer is coming up
That's
next week.
Next week. But where are we at right now?
We're right here. Would take the L
Right.
with the motels.
Okay. Got it.
And I know we have
You know, this
somewhere
song
in our
by the
library.
motels I didn't really recognize. This next one coming up.
Well, what does it say about them? Anything?
It just says that they were formed in Berkeley, California in 1971, and that they were best known for "Only the Lonely" and "Suddenly Last Summer."
Okay.
So this is another song off of that series of songs that they did. But
You know, every once in a while I like to do this. If
What?
you just happen to be dialing by and you turned on Comcast Channel 19 and you see the show and you wonder, what is this all about? We are doing 4 hours of live TV every Saturday night. It's called Monterey on Tonight. I'm Gary.
I'm Jules,
And we play music videos, classic music videos from the 80s.
and we're going to be moving around.
Oh, we'll
though.
be moving around.
But for
yes.
now, the
But right
first
now,
couple-
we started off this last couple of months.
And we have another
of the
digital
80s.
channel that we've working with
We're
Cool
working
Music.
with Cool Music to do 24 hours a day of music videos. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that all comes together.
Well, it's on its way.
Well, we're working on it right now very hard to make it happen. Anyway, we're here Saturday nights with guests and music, and we hope you like what we're doing. We're live from the KYMB TV studios here in Monterey, California. So if you do like what you see, tell your friends and also
Email us.
send us an email. And you're going to be seeing promotions from time to time all about us. In fact, we're ordering our little coffee mugs.
You told.
Yes, we're going to have our little logo.
Get-
These are our This TV.
See the little faces in the corner of your screen?
Yeah.
Well, Gary wants to put them on some black mugs.
Yeah, we're going to have
Wouldn't
our
that be
little mugs,
cute?
and then we're going to do giveaways.
See, right now it has This TV because that's the name of the network from MGM Movie Studios.
This TV is our movie network that's here all of the
Usually.
week, except for right now. Oh, Dave's going to take a good tight shot of our This TV coffee mug. That's what that's all about. If you've been wondering, what do those coffee
And
mugs
that
say?
and basically it stands for the types of movies they have, like this is chilling or this is romantic,
And they're from the
This is-
MGM Movie Library. And they're here all the time except on Saturday nights between 8 and midnight. And then at midnight.
I don't think I told you this. Oh, go ahead. I'll
And then
finish.
at midnight, we do the Coastal Television Network till 6 in the morning.
So I forgot to tell you this. I think I
did?
forgot to tell you
Okay,
this.
tell me.
So I'll tell you and the viewers at the same time.
Okay.
So I crossed paths with Clint Eastwood last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I said, by the way, we're Channel 19 and we run MGM Movies. And he's like, oh, I shook my hand and kept going. I'm like, we run MGM Movies. He's looked over. He goes, yeah, I did a few of those. I'm like, you're on all the time.
Yeah, he was last
He was
weekend.
like playing over and over and over.
Fistful of
And then we
Dollars
watched a
and some of the
YouTube
old ones.
video where he said, I don't really watch my
No, he doesn't watch his old movies.
it was
Been there, done that. That's the past. He only,
so. But we watch him.
good old Clint, he's only talking about the future.
Yep.
That's great.
And he's working on another movie right now.
He
Did
sure
you know
is.
that?
Yep.
Like he's already on to his next
He's
film.
doing one movie a year. He's done 10 movies in the last 10 years.
You know, why is it he can accomplish that and I can't
'Cause-
unpack the last 4 boxes from our move almost a year
He
ago?
has a passion for making
Is that what I'm
movies.
missing?
He has a passion.
I need a passion for unpacking my 4
passion
boxes,
for
and he
directing
can put all
movies.
these movies together.
You need a passion for unpacking boxes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, let's go back to the music. Here's the motels, and then we're going to follow up that with the police wrapped around your finger this hour, brought to you by Alberto Bonatelli, Alberto's Italian Ristorante in Pacific Grove,
on
California, on Forest Avenue. Here's the music. Okay, we're back, and we have a guest on the phone line.
We do.
We do. We have a viewer. Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
Thanks for calling in and sending us the emails.
Emails.
Emails. Mucho emails.
Sending them because I love the videos you play.
Oh, thank you. Well,
And
we thought there would be somebody out there that would like classic music videos.
Oh my gosh, I wrote you about Jump.
Yep.
And that just, you want to jump, you know? I mean, I just love that song and I love to watch them. And you don't see it anymore anywhere.
That's what we thought when Jules and I were sitting around saying, if we do a show on Channel 19, we have to play the classic music videos that nobody gets to see anymore from the MTV days 20, 25 years ago. And nobody's playing them anymore, and it brings back so many memories.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. There's just so many memories with each song. You remember, oh, wait, I was here, I was there, I was, in this grade, and it's just so fun.
You're calling from Monterey, right?
Yeah, I live in Monterey, yeah.
And how did you first discover our show?
Usually, I look at everything that's on TV, and I like to watch things about Monterey. Like sometimes I think it was Channel 26, they would have court shows and things like that were happening live in Monterey.
Right.
So I just kind of looked through it, and I saw Monterey live tonight, and I thought, okay, let's see what that's all about.
See what that's all about.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I found you guys. Like I said, I wish you were on longer than 4 hours.
Well, you know what? When we told people that we were going to do 4 hours of live TV every Saturday night, they looked at us like we were crazy. 4 hours.
But it flies.
It really does fly by for us. I don't know about you watching at home.
It goes by so fast. I mean, it's almost midnight, and then you guys will be gone. And
Yeah, and we'll be back next week, but at 8 o'clock.
But you know what? We'll be at Mia and Ed's on Wednesday night.
Yeah, come on over to Mia and Ed's and meet us at Broadway and Fremont.
Maybe I'll come pick up my pizza.
There you go. And we'll introduce you to Akram. He's a great guy, and it really is the best pizza in Monterey. We love it, and we really are very thankful that Akram is one of our sponsors. And do you happen to know now who our other sponsors are?
Is Posh Pets one of them now?
Well, Posh Pets, actually, they were here tonight.
Well,
Kelly was
saw
here
them.
tonight. She brought the rabbit.
I've been there many times, and they were in January so graciously. They lent me a crate for a dog because I had my cat's leg was amputated.
Oh, goodness.
And they just asked for a contribution, and that's it. They're great
Aren't they
people
great?
over there.
Posh Pets, and in fact, Jules and I are going to go over next week to the store and say hi to Dave and to Kelly and Mojo
nice.
too. Mojo was here tonight. You saw Mojo, right?
Yes. I had 2 rabbits, and you know what? They are the easiest things to raise and train, and they went in their boxes, and they were great.
Well, with Easter coming, and as you heard earlier, a lot of kids get pets for Easter. A lot of rabbits are given for Easter, and so we just want to make sure, and that was the reason that Gary Hamada brought Kelly on tonight, to make sure that if kids do get rabbits, they know that they have to take care of them just like any animal.
That's the whole thing.
And if something happens, obviously they'll end up in the shelter. But
yeah, and I think that happens every year. It seems that we go through this. We used to have in Del Monte a pet place. It hasn't been there in years, but they always had a ton of rabbits out around Easter time, and there were articles in the paper where they would go back to the shelters after the thrill was gone. So
that's right.
Just
Jules had a question for you.
Joyce, how long have you lived in Monterey?
Almost 22 years.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
are you a native? Were you
No.
not born and
No.
raised
I
here?
was born in San Jose,
Oh, okay.
and all my family's over there. I'm the only smart one.
Uh-huh. Well, good for you.
I just
Good
love
for
it
you.
here and wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So
Well, do us a favor. Tell your friends about us.
I did.
Comcast Channel 19. We're here live
did.
every Saturday night, and I'll go through the sponsors very quickly so we can give them all a quick plug. It's me and Ed's from 8 to 9. From 9 to 10, it is
Hola.
Ola. Have you been to Ola over across the hill?
No, I think didn't Bill and Teresa.
That was Bixby's.
That was Bixby's before it was Ola, right?
Yeah.
So you know where it is.
And they
Changed the name, and it's
We
Ola
ate there the
now.
last
Go in
day.
and say hi to Bernadette. Tell her that you're a viewer of our show, and then of course after Ola, another restaurant, Alberto Bonatelli at Alberto's in Pacific Grove up on Forest. Great Italian food. He's our 10 to 11 o'clock sponsor. In fact, we just actually are into our 11 o'clock sponsor now, who happens to be Jose's Underground down on Wave Street near Cannery Row, and that's where they have live music on Saturday nights.
I've eaten at their place in Seaside.
Yes. That's one of our favorites.
So good.
Yeah, you'll probably run into us there.
And
So
you get way too much.
lots of food. Well, listen, you are entered. You have been such a loyal viewer. You're entered in our drawing tonight, and we're going to draw out two tickets for two people to the Monterey Sports Center, and we will have those probably at about 15 minutes to midnight. So hopefully,
Well, you guys have been just great. I love your show. I can't get enough of it.
Oh, great.
And you know, I'm like, where are they?
well, you know what? It's people like you who give us the inspiration to keep doing this every Saturday night, because, you know, after a while, every Saturday night for 4 hours, people are going to say, are you guys nuts? But
I wish you
we're
would
having
do it
fun.
a couple times a week.
We're having fun. You know what you can do? You have to get, if you have Comcast, you have to get a DVR.
Yeah.
They're $5 a month more, and then you can record our show, and you can play it back every night.
We do that at home because we like the music.
We do it at home, and we do it to critique our show, and then we love to listen to the music again.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, well, thank you, Joyce.
Okay, well, thank you.
Well,
so much
hopefully we
for
get to meet you Wednesday.
Yeah, come over to me and Ed's and say hi.
I will.
We'll be there Wednesday night around 6.
6
Okay,
o'clock.
great.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Joyce.
Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Bye-bye.
Wasn't she sweet?
Totally.
Isn't that great? Hey, we have to do that more often.
Yes.
That's really fun talking to our viewers.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to meet them because they know what we look like.
Right, and we get to meet them.
We get to say hello and
and
shake
we'll
their
tell them
hand.
where we'll be, and she said she's going to come over and have a pizza. So
great.
Isn't that great? Akram will love that.
Wednesday
This coming Wednesday.
at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And you get a personal-sized pizza. You can make it any way you want, and
And
a
a
frosty mug of beer. Or if you don't like beer, you can get a soft drink for $7.
Yeah.
But Joyce was a winner, I believe, of our pizza thing.
Oh,
coupon.
she was.
So
That's
she's going to
right.
bring her pizza.
She'll bring her coupon.
Her free, yeah. So anyway.
And we'll buy the soda.
And we'll get her. We'll take care of Joyce's soda. Thank you, Joyce, for
Okay,
calling.
thank you, Joyce. Let's see. The police wrapped around your finger. Did we do yes? Owner of a lonely heart. We did, didn't we? So now.
Oh wait! Before we go on,
Yes.
I want to say something about that.
Okay.
Okay. So the lead singer of Owner of a Lonely Heart is Trevor Rabin, but that real high part where it goes Owner of a Lonely Heart. Okay. Not that I can sing at all. His name's Trevor Horn.
Trevor Horn.
And Trevor Horn was a producer, and he produced songs for Seal. Do you remember that song "Kiss from a Rose"?
Sure.
You sing. Sing.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know what you're.
You don't want to sing? Gary's got a great voice.
I'm going to sing down at the Thursday night.
Jose's. We need to get
karaoke.
Akram to do karaoke.
Yeah,
too.
Really.
So we can go to
We go me and Ed's.
and then
Well,
we
we'll
can
go to
through.
Jose's.
We'll go to both.
Incidentally, Jose's Underground is our sponsor right now.
So we
till
should only
midnight.
be talking about.
So we should only be talking about Jose's Underground.
I get them all mixed up. 'cause I
Gregorio
love
and
'em.
Ozzy.
Yes,
down
and they have.
there at Wave Street with Jose's Underground over in Seaside, where Joyce likes her Mexican
we go
food.
there
and
too.
Yeah, and she said they give you a lot of
They
food.
have
and
great
they sure do.
shredded beef And they have great salsa. I like they have the green and the red. That's just
They do.
delicious.
Terrific Mexican food.
Yes.
Okay, so now.
Now we can go on.
Now we can go on to.
Stone
I
Cold.
lost my place.
Okay, I'll wait. We need
Um,
one of those ticker
Rainbow. Rainbow. We're going to do Stone Cold, and then we're going to do Cyndi Lauper.
Okay.
And that one's called Shebop. So we'll do 2 videos, and we'll see you in a little bit. You're watching Monterey on Tonight. We're live right here on KYMB, Comcast Channel 19.
Thanks for spending.
And that was Cyndi Lauper and Shebop.
I liked Cyndi Lauper. You know, when I was in high school.
You said that in the past tense.
When I
like
was.
she's gone.
Well, no, I still like her.
Oh,
but
okay.
but she this is where I was going with it.
Okay.
When I was in high school, she came out about the same time Madonna came out. And they had similar styles because they had, in their unique dress at the time.
That's true.
And so it was really interesting to watch because I wondered who was going to survive through the eras. Obviously, Cyndi Lauper's kind of gone.
Cyndi Lauper's still around. But Madonna definitely.
Well, yeah, she adapted.
Madonna kept reinventing herself.
I think that was the secret. You've said that before.
That's what really, I think.
But I liked Cyndi Lauper. She was just fun.
I love Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I know.
That was one of
Have
my
we played
favorite.
that yet?
I think we did. Did we play that? Yeah, I think we did.
No?
In one of our first or second shows.
No, we played the one that she had the wrestler. Which one was
that
the
was
wrestler?
It. That's it. Lou Albano.
Lou Albano?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we played that video.
That's
so
Girls
that's
Just Want to
the one.
Have Fun. Yeah. But we'll play it again.
Okay.
There's nothing that says that we can't play these videos over and over and over.
There's a lot of other music we've got coming in. I've been meaning to get to this ever since Gary Hamada was here, and I keep getting sidetracked.
And what happened?
Well, I wanted to share with our viewers on our Coastal TV network when we make the switch at midnight. We usually play a couple of brief 2-3 minute interviews. We have the Pine Inn
tonight
promo that we just shot, Sarah Nicole.
New sponsor for the Coastal TV
Network, and that is airing in all of our markets.
Yes.
Over 6 markets.
Should we tell people what the Coastal TV Network is all about?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, we have 2 businesses. Just to mention, KYMB Channel 19 is one, Comcast Channel 19, where you see the Monterey on Tonight show each Saturday night. But we also have the Coastal Television Network, which is another programming network that sends programming from Monterey to Bakersfield, Fresno, Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo. And we're also on 24 hours a day in Monterey, but you need an antenna to see Coastal Television Network. It's not on cable.
Because it's designed primarily for the out-of-market
Yes.
cities to promote tourism to the peninsula
we
and
wanna,
education.
What we really want to do. Oh goodness, there's somebody calling.
I wonder if
on
that's
our
Sarah
phone.
because she doesn't have her key.
Oh, could
Catherine
be
will get
Catherine. Yeah,
Catherine
that
will get
probably is Sarah. Please let me in. I didn't bring my key.
I have her key because I forgot it because I was crying to her.
Anyway, the Coastal TV Network is designed to bring tourists into the Monterey Peninsula from all these other markets. And we are now just getting our sponsors lined up to talk to all the folks in all those other markets to bring them here this spring and fall and summer. Of course, summer primarily because the weather in the San Joaquin Valley is up in the hundreds, unbearable. And so we want to tell them all about the Monterey Peninsula and all the great things and great deals that are going on here. So that's what we use Coastal Television Network for. And tonight at midnight, we give everyone in Monterey that has cable a sample of the Coastal TV Network. So you can watch it tonight.
So it's like from midnight to 5 a.m., I believe.
Is that what it is?
Right. So on the schedule, this is where I was going.
Okay. All right. Sorry I interrupted.
No, that's great. Give the background.
Okay.
The Pine Inn promo, because they were the first hotel in Carmel.
Yes, Carmelo, Hotel Carmelo.
And they actually moved it. Well, you'll see all of this.
They moved it down on logs.
On logs, or pine logs.
Pine logs.
Anyway, it's a beautiful hotel, so you'll enjoy that. And that runs about 5 minutes, 3 minutes, anyway. And then we have Doug Lumsden's Monterey movie Moments.
Okay.
And that's about 2-3 minutes. And then we're going to go into Gary. We like to feature Gary Hamada's shows.
Right.
For locals only.
And tonight you're doing something very special.
Right. So Gary Hamada's For Locals Only show that you've seen. Is it Sarah here? Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, so Gary Hamada's For Locals Only show is usually has an open and they have a couple of interviews and they're out on location. It's basically called On Location. Well, when the whole thing was conceived, KRML Radio was still in business.
Well, they're in business now, but
I mean, they had their
under
studio and they had
another owner.
But they don't have DJs that are going in there now like they were.
Well, maybe they will.
I hope so.
Okay.
So anyway, so back in the day when Gary Hamada was in the studio, he and Doug Lumsden would get together every
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesdays?
Was it Wednesday? Every Wednesday.
Catherine knows this story. Okay, thank you. I should have her tell.
Catherine Catherine.
So we had this idea when we just started Coastal TV Network to put a camera in the studio.
In the radio station.
In the radio station, and just sort of a behind the scenes, but it's actually in front of them. Is the camera's facing them?
Yeah.
So you've got all of the KRML radio library behind him. You got
Music
Doug
library.
Lumsden in his cool glasses, who he looks like Rick Astley. When we played the Rick Roll song twice, we always say it looks like Doug. I'd always forget to say that to our viewers. And he's drinking. By the way, Doug Lumsden's drinking iced tea.
Yes.
That's what he's drinking. Not that it matters because we had wine on tonight, but I say that because a viewer thought we were drinking beer on the set of Caramel Radio. No.
Oh, because of the
tea.
color of the iced tea? Oh, okay.
I'm like, anyway.
Someone said that to you?
This is a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's because I wouldn't play a particular movie, and then they're like, well, if you don't play that movie, then you shouldn't drink beer on the set.
Oh,
There was a
I
whole
see.
big thing. Anyway.
Okay.
So it was iced tea.
Sounds like that viewer was not as nice as Joyce.
No, actually, he was nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he wrote back and said,
oh,
thank you, sorry.
Thank you for letting me know it was iced tea.
And thank you, sorry. Anyway.
Okay.
So it's actually 58 minutes. It's a long show, but you get really a kick out of the radio station
Yeah,
because
and they had a guest on. Who was the guest on?
Valerie Ramsey was the phone guest.
Oh, the
Gary
phone guest,
Hamada
okay.
interviewed, and then Catherine Nagel gets behind the scene and waves, and
Okay. Well, watch
and
the
Dave
show
gets in
tonight.
behind the scene and waves.
Watch
so.
tonight about
kind
10
of a
minutes
fun
after
show.
midnight for Locals Only with Gary Hamada, a show that was taped over in the old KRML
And hopefully we'll
studios.
have exciting news that they'll be able to do that
Yeah,
again.
do it again. Yeah,
They'll do
it's
that
great.
again. Okay, what's
Okay.
next?
It's incidentally, you just reminded me, I got to get a hold of Jim Vossen at KNRY.
Yes.
So we can get Jim over here. We want him as a guest on our show.
Yeah, actually, I think he should be the first guest. I know Gary Hamada was talking about bringing somebody on, but Jim should really be the first guest.
We should get Jim.
From
We should
KNR
get
Radio.
Jim here. Okay, so we had Cyndi Lauper, we had Bryan Adams. Are we going to do Glass Tiger now?
Wait a minute. Did we do Summer of 60?
Summer of '69. Did we do Bryan Adams?
I think
We have not done that.
that's the next
Oh,
one.
okay. So we did She Bob. See, we were going so long there, I forgot what we were doing.
And this was written by Bryan Adams. Remember we talked earlier.
Yeah.
He had a co-writer
The guy
named Jim
who-
Valance.
Right.
And they wrote neat songs together but Jim liked this song because it reminded him of the era because of the new vinyl albums that were released in that year were the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, The Who, The Kinks, and Janis Joplin.
Okay.
So that's why Jim liked the song.
So we will do Bryan Adams, Summer of '69, and Glass Tiger, and Don't Forget Me When I'm
That's
Gone.
a good song. Yeah.
And we'll be back, Monterey on tonight, Gary and Jules.
Thanks.
And that was Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. That is a 1986 song by Canadian pop rock band Glass Tiger, playing together as a band today. They're still a band. How about that? There's not too many bands that are still together. And the song features backing vocals by rock singer Bryan Adams. You heard Bryan earlier.
The song before.
Summer of '69 was a Bryan Adams song. And in 1985, Glass Tiger chose Jim Valance to produce the band's debut album. And this
Jim
marked,
Valance is Bryan Adams' partner.
yeah, and this marked Valance's debut as a producer, and he had been known primarily as a songwriter and a partner of Bryan Adams. So how about that? And coming up is a Loverboy video called "Hot Girls in Love," and you got
my
lucky.
Tom Petty
And tonight, our Sarah Nicole is not going to make it back before midnight.
Well, she went to Santa Cruz and she's got her puppy with her.
We
We had her puppy on last
yes,
week.
she has Harley with her, and so it's time to take Harley home to bed. So we told Sarah Nicole that we would go ahead and talk about some of the shows that are coming up here this coming week on Channel 19, Comcast Channel 19, This TV, some great movies. On Monday the 5th, and I'm just picking out a few here to tell you folks about, a movie with Suzanne Plachette and Lloyd Bridges called Leona Helmsley, the Queen of Mean.
Didn't you know someone like that in
I did.
your
No,
ex-wife?
I used to call
we're
my.
lo-
I
we're
used to call
local.
my.
Nobody knows.
No one knows. Yeah, I used to call my
If this
ex-wife
was
the Queen of
if
Mean.
this was in all of the
I'll
coastal
probably
TV.
get sued now for slander. Anyway.
No, then that was my mistake. I formally retract that. That's not who you were talking
No,
about.
I was not. Yes, yeah, I was gonna say, you're just gonna get me in trouble again, all over again. Anyway, okay, and then Wednesday, the 7th of Veracruz, Gary Cooper, Burt Lancaster. That's a Western, and that comes on at 7 o'clock at night. Incidentally, Leona Helmsley is on at 3 in the afternoon on Monday. And then Wednesday, Veracruz with Gary Cooper and Burt Lancaster. And another Burt Lancaster movie follows
look at all
that.
these movie stars.
At 9 o'clock, Burt Lancaster and Lee Remick in the Hallelujah Trail. And then on Thursday, the 8th, another Western, Sam Whiskey.
Burt Reynolds was in a Western?
Oh, yes. And Clint Walker. Do you know who Clint Walker was?
No.
He used to play Cheyenne.
Really?
Yes. There was a series called Cheyenne in black and white TV days. And he was Cheyenne, the good old Clint Walker. I bet Burt Reynolds knows him. Burt Reynolds. Yeah, he should know him. He was in the same movie. I wonder if Clint Eastwood knows him.
I'm sure.
Anyway, okay, and then on Friday, the 9th, here's one with, there's actually a couple of William Shatner movies, if you happen to be William Shatner fans. This is long before Star Trek. Or actually, you know what? These actually came after Star Trek, because Star Trek
on
on TV was in the
1980,
60s.
and this is 88.
1980, The Babysitter with William Shatner and Patty Duke Austin. That's on at 9 in the morning. And then at 11 is William Shatner and Suzanne Blakely in Broken Angel. And I have one more that I've circled.
Which one?
I'm doing Sarah Nicole's job here.
Okay.
Saturday afternoon, this is a classic old movie. It's at 12 noon next Saturday. Put it on your calendar. Inherit the Wind, Kirk Douglas, Jason Robards. Great, great old movie.
Did you know who died? It was in the paper?
I did not check
Was
the
it,
obits.
was it the
Just
Dallas?
recently?
Yeah, it was. Was it Forsyth?
Oh, John Forsythe. Yes, I
Forsythe.
did see that. Yeah,
John Forsythe.
He played on.
But he.
Robert Culp died too, just recently. Yeah.
But
Well, they come in threes, someone once said.
Forsyth was in his early 90s, I believe.
was 92.
Which is really an extraordinarily strong
Yeah.
life.
And he was a great actor and really handsome
He was
guy.
the voice of Charlie's Angels.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did play the voice of Charlie's Angels, John Forsythe.
Anyway.
Do you know who the? No, you wouldn't know this.
Well, ask me anyway.
Well, no,
Maybe
but
I would know.
You would
never
know.
give me a chance to say I don't
Okay.
know. But
There was a TV series back in the black and white days
okay.
called Richard Diamond. He was a private detective.
Okay, no, I don't know. But see, I had the opportunity.
Do you
to
have?
say.
Yeah,
Maybe I would have surprised you.
And when they had that show,
Okay.
they had a pair of beautiful legs who was Richard Diamond's secretary on the show.
And they never showed her face?
Never showed her face. Do you know whose legs they were?
No.
Mary Tyler Moore.
No.
Before she ever was known.
Really?
Yeah, her legs were on TV
You
before
remember
she
that?
was. I remember that. Well, you're talking about trivia. I mean, hey,
Hey, that's great
I got a
trivia.
million of them.
That's great. I
How
love
about
it.
that? And I don't have to go to Google.
Dad.
I don't have to go to Google to find out. All right, let's see. Shall we have our drawing?
Yes.
Well, Dave's got to get the camera set up for that. So why don't we play one more video?
We'll play one
and
more video.
then we'll
Dave's
do the,
all going, I don't know what to do. Okay.
And then we'll do the drawing
confusing him.
for the
So we're
Monterey
gonna.
Sports
So we'll
Center.
do one song.
One song. Come back and do the Monterey Sports Center giveaway tonight. So we'll have.
But we have
we're
to
gonna draw
at least. We have to at least get to my Tom Petty song.
And we will get to the Tom
Before
Petty
the
song.
song
Yes,
is
we will
over.
do that.
Okay.
We will do that. Okay, so let's go with Loverboy right now. Hot Girls in Love, right? Isn't that next, Dave?
Yes. 1983.
1983,
Yes.
Hot Girls in Love, and that one is called what? Hot Girls in Love. Song recorded by the rock band Loverboy. It appeared on their third album, Keep It Up, in 1983. That was a good year. Loverboy is a Canadian rock group formed in 1980 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Yep.
We're getting close to the bewitching hour, so I think we better bring Catherine in right now, our producer, Catherine Nagel, to put her hand in the...
We need 2 names.
We need 2 names tonight.
They each get 2 tickets to the Monterey Sports Center.
2 tickets.
Here's our first winner.
Okay, the first one. All right.
We need
and
one
more.
more.
Dig around.
Dig around.
Yay!
Okay. One more. And thank you guys so much for sending in emails. And here are the winners for tonight. This is for the Monterey Sports Center for 2 passes to get you in. Take a look around. Wonderful place. And they're going to be our new sponsor here on Monterey On tonight. So the first winner is Sheila Gale.
Yep.
Goodness gracious, she's famous.
She is. She's a radio show.
She
has
has-
like several radio shows.
She's on the radio
So
on
let me write this down.
KNRY, so she's our first winner. Sheila, thank you for sending that in, and thank you for watching our show. And we have to come down and watch you do your show on KNRY. She's on 5 nights a week, I think, and then on Saturdays also.
She's on all the time.
She's on 5 days on KNRY and 1 day on 5:40 a.m.
Okay.
I think. Okay. And the other winner is Tina Straza.
They own Pet Pals Dog and Cat Grooming in Pacific Grove.
In Pacific Grove. All right. So we have 2 winners tonight.
And we want to.
we will email you and let you know how to get your passes to the Monterey Sports Center.
And we want to thank our guests tonight.
Yes, we had a group tonight, didn't we?
David Bernal.
From
Pebble
the
Beach Food and Wine.
And that's a great event coming up starting the 8th of April through the 11th. If you want your tickets, go to their website, www.pebblebeachfoodandwine.com.
And you can get tickets a la carte, so you can pick and choose.
Pick and choose.
We've gone to the Sunday Lexus tasting, and then Thursday's the grand
Just
opening.
all
so.
kinds of events there. Just a wonderful weekend here. We're so lucky to have that. There's only 3 in the entire country, 1 in Aspen, 1 in South Beach, and the one here. And this is, I think, shaping up to probably be the biggest and the best.
So we had David Bernal, we had Karen Larson, Monterey Sports Center, we had Gary Hamada and Kelly, and then we had Barbara Pluth, who surprised us with Ventana wine.
Yes.
And we had...
Who else did we have?
Oh, our phone guest, Joyce.
Our phone guest,
Yes,
Joyce.
Joyce.
Yes.
Thank you, Joyce, for watching. And we're sorry we can't stay on another 4 hours, but our little Yorkies.
But just, yes, our Yorkies are waiting for us, Coco and Minnie, and we have
Maybe
to get
someday
home to
we
them.
can bring Coco and Minnie on.
We'll have to do that.
So.
But you know what? Comcast has those DVRs. You can get a DVR and record the show, as we do at home.
Yep.
And then you can turn it on anytime you want, listen to all the music all over again.
So we're going to play our final song now, and that will be...
We got 3 more minutes.
Oh, we have 3 more minutes? Okay.
So you want the last song to last
For
till
the
midnight,
next 3
right?
minutes, Gary, put your DJ voice
Yes,
on.
what do you want me to do?
Do the weather for us.
The weather?
Promo.
Oh, yes. You want
But
to
I
do
don't
the
have
promo?
a script.
We don't. We
I
could
don't
just-
know. You didn't send it to me.
Wing it.
Yeah, we could wing it.
Okay.
You want to do a promo?
Okay. Let's tell our viewers
Actually,
what
what we're trying to do is we're going to do a promo that'll play during the week on Channel 19. And
in lieu of keeping Dave after midnight, we're going to do it on air
we're
right
going to do
now.
it on air, right? So let's clean up everything here. Get everything ready for our promo. And let's see if we can do that in about 30 seconds.
Well, your cup is...
Are you ready?
If you will.
Okay.
You're going to carry it, right?
5, 4, 3. Hi, I'm Gary.
And I'm Jules.
And you're watching Monterey On Tonight.
Airing every Saturday night from 8 p.m. to midnight.
Right here on Comcast Channel 19.
Be sure to tune in for some wonderful guests. And
Absolutely.
What else do we have?
We have prizes.
Music.
And food.
And food. And
pizza.
Food. And food.
And more food. Okay, we'll scratch that one.
Okay. Maybe we could do this after the show.
Maybe we'll do it after the show, just in case.
Okay, put the papers back. That was a good idea, but...
Good idea,
But you know what
Dave,
you said we're watching.
Yeah, I know.
And at the time when we play it during the week, they're not watching it.
They're not watching it, so
okay.
that won't work.
Okay,
Anyway,
well,
okay, we'll do it after.
Okay, do the weather, Gary.
You want to do the weather?
In
She
your
wants me
DJ,
to,
in the DJ voice.
The weather tomorrow.
It's 47 degrees.
It's 47 degrees right now.
You gotta do your...
It's 47 degrees on the Monterey Peninsula. Tomorrow, 55 and showers. And what's this say here? I can't read your writing.
Rain tomorrow night.
Oh, rain tomorrow. Why don't you do it? I can't read your
Because
writing.
I don't have your voice.
No, but you can do this.
Let's go to the song. Let me talk about Tom Petty.
We have to say goodnight.
Okay, first of all, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. The song that we're going to play, I think it's one of my most favorite songs.
Okay.
Of all of the 80s era. It stayed 3 weeks at #1 in the year of 1982, the end of 1982. And this type of music is called Heartland rock. That's what Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were known for. And that's a genre of rock music that was popular in the 70s and 80s. And basically, it's a style with the concern of blue-collar American life. And also that music should actually have a message, not just be for entertainment value. So this is called You've Got Lucky by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
And is it time to say goodnight?
And this one I might want to play twice someday.
Okay, well, we
It's
can
okay?
do that. We
Okay.
can play it twice.
This is like
Dave,
one
how
of my
much
favorite.
time?
5 seconds.
5
okay,
seconds.
5. Well, it's time then to say goodnight, Jules.
Good night, Gary.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone. See you next Saturday night.